the home of the Angels, Clippers, Ducks, and Kings.
Are back in the Pregame to kick off a 6-game homestand. Is welcome to Angels Live, and of course it is presented by Nissan. And we're going to kick things off with a little interleague action as the San Diego Padres come to town for 3. Here's on tap over the next 30 minutes on a show we like to call Angels Live. Yeah, the future is now for the Halos. The Young Guns continue to contribute. I'll give you a stat that you're going to want to hear a little bit later on. Taylor Ward, he has been getting it done in the middle of the lineup, and Eric Weston's going to talk with Ben Joyce. He's back with the team and hoping to make his 2024 debut. That and much more happens right here, right now, on a show we like to call Angels Live. June is Pride Month, and the first home game in June is Pride Night here at the Big A's. Welcome you inside. Kent French, Garrett Anderson, along with Mark Gubiza. Okay, taking on a Padres team, guys, that went all in last year. Huge payroll, but didn't make the postseason. But don't look now, GA. They won 10 of 16, 4 of the last 5 series. They're in second in the NL West. What type of challenges will the Padres give the Angels the next 3 games?
They're going to give them pitching and offensive challenges. That's a good team, and when you have a good team, that's exactly what you have. You're going to see some good pitching every night to carry you into the next day.
And they've been great on the road, too. That's the thing. They've been outstanding. They struggle at home like the Angels have struggled at home, but their offense is there. You feel that Manny Machado is going to get hot at some point. So far, he hasn't crushed the baseball. Tatis Jr. has been getting hot, so they're a powerful offense, and they can pitch a little bit, too.
Third best road team in all of baseball. Hopefully that does not continue here tonight. And if the Angels going to get themselves back on track, it's going to be the Young Guns. And I mentioned certainly getting some production. And here's a stat for you, GA. They have more players, or more hits, I should say, from players 23 years and younger than any team in Major League Baseball. Ron Washington keeps talking about the process. The process has to continue here tonight.
And these are 23-year-olds that don't have a lot of pro at-bats. I mean, so that's often overlooked as well. I mean, at 23, I had over 1,200 at-bats. These guys don't have nearly close to that. So there are definitely, what Ron is saying, that trust the process, he's exactly right.
Yeah, it's a learning experience for him. What are the pitchers going to try to do to him at certain points of the game? Early in the game, maybe they'll see a lot more fastballs. Later in the game, they're going to see a lot more non-fastballs in those RBI situations. So it's all learning. Like you said, GA, it's a learning process for him, just trying to be consistent in putting the ball in play.
On-the-job training. I think that's what's happening right now for this Angels team. You know, GA, I want you to talk about Taylor Ward for a moment. I think he's got one of the sweetest swings in all of baseball. He's been in the middle of the order. He's been producing this year after the horrible injury at the end of last season, leading in average, home runs, and RBI. What do you like about his approach this year at the plate?
Well, I just like that he stays in the middle of the park. All his hits stay in the middle of the park, and that's where you find hits, and that's how you stay consistent on off-speed and fastball. So he does provide some stability in that part of the lineup with his approach.
And he's been coming up clutch. He had a big double against the Yankees, Gooby, and he's been one of the most consistent guys, and I'm sure the rest of the team comfortable and happy when he is producing.
And when you think about it, his numbers, he's just as good on fastballs as he is non-fastballs. He pretty much has the same swing, whether it's an off-speed pitch, a breaking ball, or a fastball, and he stays within himself like GA were saying, and he goes the other way. He's got good power going to right center and left center field. And when the team plays well and win, it's because Taylor Ward is putting up those numbers, 21 RBIs, 358, but when they don't win, and, you know, the guy you're really counting on has struggled, and that's the thing. You need to have a big series for him, especially when we just mentioned going against the San Diego team, GA.
With so many injuries, GA, he has been the most consistent, and there's no secret why the Angels play well when he's playing well.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to wait for him to come up to score. I mean, you feel so bad because the injuries are there, but it's good that he is be able to produce without the guys around him in lineup, because pitchers can go around you, and fortunately enough, he does have the patience at the plate.
All right, Gooby, a tough series in Seattle, but one of the bright spots certainly was Griffin Canning. You were there to call the game yesterday afternoon at T-Mobile Park, and boy, after a couple tough months, this guy has turned the corner. A great May that moved into a great June, pitched into the 7th inning for the first time this season against the top team in the AL West.
Yeah, and we were talking about the need for him to use his changeup in that game. There's a number of hitters that struggle with off-speed pitches, and he picks textbook as far as using his fastball enough to show, he's going to throw it. His slider was pretty good, his curveball, but his changeup was absolutely electric. Got a bunch of swing and misses with that pitch, kept that baseball down, and you can see the confidence growing him. He's faced some really tough lineups, some really good teams of late, and he's going right in attack mode. Part of the reason, velocity is back where it was last season. First few starts of the year in March and April, it wasn't there, and he didn't trust his stuff. Now he's attacking the strike zone. This one walk yesterday, staying in the zone, and then getting chases out there, especially with his changeup. And GA, when a right-handed pitcher, especially against you, has that changeup fading down, if you start looking away, then all of a sudden that fastball becomes even more effective.
It comes faster and it comes harder too. Yeah, it gets on you quick. But yeah, he's been keeping the ball down and he's been getting a lot of swings off the plate. So anytime when you said you had a string of rash with great starts, he's throwing strikes and he's attacking the zone and he's keeping the ball down, and he gets his ground balls as well.
Yeah, and when you talk about strikeouts, I believe they're overrated. They only had 4 strikeouts yesterday. He had 2 on the slider, 2 on the changeup. But you know what? He had 68 pitches through 6 innings. I mean, this guy was throwing. He had complete game type of stuff going on there. And we moved to Tyler Anderson, who certainly has been the most consistent pitcher for the Halos, Gooby, this season. And he is a guy who's got the least amount of Ks per 9 with a sub-3 ERA in baseball.
You know what? I think there's something out there saying an outs and out.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how you get an out as long as you get an out. Sometimes you throw a lot more pitches when you're getting strikeouts, but he'll get his strikeout when he needs it. Most times it's going to be when he fade that changeup down, but also his cutter has been excellent. His numbers, 167 versus his cutter this year, and his fastball is sneaky. It's a sneaky fastball because when you look at changeup, he can get it inside on you and up and away too.
GA, when you look at Tyler Anderson, is there somebody he reminds you of when you were playing?
Not directly, but it kind of reminds me of a Jamie Moyer, kind of Kenny Rogers, the soft-throwing lefty that is going to, before the game starts, all the hitters are thinking, man, I'm going to try to get big on him tonight, and that just plays right into us. But he throws strikes, and he's not afraid to throw the ball over the plate, and he's a little quirky, and he does, drop down every now and then, but he's definitely out there pitching.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he can, slow down his delivery. He can be quicker. He can drop the arm angle. He'll drop the arm angle on his fastball. He'll do so on his cutter, and that's what makes him so effective is all the different pitches, different angles. Sometimes he'll quick pitch it in there. Sometimes he'll have a little bit of a delay in his delivery. When you look at his pitch arsenal, brought to you by StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. 4-seam fastball, about 35% total when you think about 43% fastball. Great numbers on his 4-seamer. It's 167, and his changeup, same thing, and his cutter has been excellent.
Deception with the leg kick. Is there one, GA? Not for you, of course, but is there one?
No, there is for sure. I mean, he's changing his time to the plate, and as a hitter, the rhythm is everything at the plate. And if he can give you a little bit of that, that's why you see those awkward swings on fastballs. It's not getting up there hard, but it's just the fact that it just jumps on you because you're so worried about every other pitch that he has.
All right, Gooby, give me your go-tos against a very good hitting Padre team.
Well, when you look at the lineup here for the Padres in there, if he can fade that changeup down, and he's gotten 27 strikeouts with his changeup this year, and that cutter for soft contact. I mentioned that batting average of 167. It looks like it's a very hittable pitch, but it's running in on the handle or towards the end of the bat. If he does that, he should be effective. They're going to be aggressive against him here today, and that's what, when you're a pitcher like Tyler Anderson, that's why he's so good. When you're aggressive at the plate, that'll get you out.
All right, well, we're going to be aggressive right now and tell you that you need to go.
I appreciate your aggressiveness.
That's all I have. I have nothing more. Gooby, we appreciate it. We're going to take our first time out on the other side to chat with Ben Joyce with Erica.
The best morning start with the best morning show in the game. MLB Central.
How we feeling?
I'll take it from here, Lauren. What did you have for breakfast?
T-Row, Lauren, and Roflo tee up baseball's latest buzz with a little style.
Busted.
Plus, T-Row's signature breakdowns.
Ooh. Bang. Get in position.
And great guests from all corners of the game.
You got the sun shining today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Quick draw.
Get an early jump on game day with MLB Central. Weekday mornings, 9 Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
I've given up on trying to get rid of batting average. There's no beating it.
Brian Kenny's always thinking about baseball, and he's fired up for 2024.
These are the standards by which major leaguers are measured.
Watch the show for the thinking fan. MLB Now on MLB Network.
Angels Live at Valley Sports is brought to you by Nissan. Buckle up for an epic test drive at the Nissan Thrill of Summer Sales event. And speaking of events, coming up tomorrow, get yourself cozy at the Big A. Yeah, tomorrow night when the Halos host the Padres, the first 25,000 fans in attendance are going to receive themselves a blanket courtesy of Discount Tire. Visit angels.com/promotions for more information. We're getting cozy inside the Big A. Yeah, this is not a poncho. It is a blanket. I'm here, GA, to promote blankets. That's what I do. All right, let's talk about the future of the Angels. Yes, for more on that, we bring in Erica Wesson, who does not have one of these blankets, but Eric, I'll be more than happy to get you one tomorrow. Ben Joyce, his mind's got to be going about 100.9 miles an hour. Tell me about Ben and his expectations for his second stint with the Halos.
And it was Frenchie on his way to meet the Halos in Seattle yesterday. By the way, never looked better with the Angels blanket on. I'm definitely stealing that for the end of the game. It took him a minute to be able to meet the team in Seattle yesterday. He was coming from Seattle. Flight was delayed. Had to get a new plane. The baggage carousel was broken once he got to the airport in Seattle. So once he finally arrived to meet the team in about the 8th inning yesterday at T-Mobile Park, of course, all of the excitement finally set in, and he had a mission to get better as far as his command is concerned. Spring training was certainly a big emphasis in that, cut down on the walks, and he's done so in his last 10 games, pitching to an ERA just over 1.5 with 21 punch-outs in those last 10 games. So he took the opportunity to eventually come back up here with the big club and really worked on it. We're excited to have him back. Here's more from Ben on being back in the big club.
Very excited. I mean, a lot of hard work went into the last few months, and just feel like I'm in a really good headspace and really excited to be back here with these guys.
The message from spring training the last time we saw you was the velo's awesome, yes, but cut down on the walks, which you have, and that's what they asked of you. So how did you go about that process over the course of the last couple of months?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just going out there every day and trusting my stuff. Like, I think my biggest problem was trying to be too fine, and I feel like I have the stuff where I can trust it anywhere in the zone to get people out, and just working through some visual stuff, whether that's where the catcher sets up or where he puts his glove. But just overall, I think going out there every time and trusting my stuff, taking it one pitch at a time has been the biggest thing for me. And I think I've found that the command got a lot better when I just worked on that.
How much of a difference was it for you going back to AA, but knowing you had something to work on, but also knowing what it takes to be successful at this level?
Yeah, it was very beneficial. I mean, being in this level last year, knowing what it takes, knowing what these hitters are like and how consistent it is on a day-to-day basis, it really makes you even more hungry to get back there. And just having that last month last year to be able to pitch consistently up here, it just, like I said, just makes you hungry to be back here and experience that again. There's nothing like pitching in a big league stadium, and it's just something that you can't take for granted. So it's just having those 2 months down there, I felt like it just made me hungry to get back up here.
Can't wait to see him once he gets on the mound once again with the big league club. Couple of injury updates to pass along to you. As you probably mentioned, Nolan Shawneewell back in the lineup tonight. He missed the last 3 games with that left thumb soreness. It's been bothering him since that last game against Houston. Took the weekend to kind of let it calm down a little bit. Ron Washington said they tested it in the cage inside. They let it fly out here on the field as well. It's not pain-free. It's just a pain tolerance thing for him now, but Ron Washington wanted to make sure that he understood he's going to have to go out there and play through a little bit of pain, because pretty much everybody is at this point, but it's not going to hinder him, although it was affecting him at the plate. That's why he took the weekend off. Brandon Drury also getting closer and closer to a return out on the field doing baseball activities this afternoon. Wash said he's moving a little gingerly, but at least he's out there working towards a return. He originally targeted that series in Arizona. No timetable right now, though, but he is doing baseball activity and getting closer to returning from that hamstring injury. Guys?
All right, Eric, I appreciate it. The blanket's on your chair. Just letting you know. Okay, so Ben Joyce, he averaged 100.9 miles an hour of that 4-seamer last season. Also has a slider and a sweeper. You and I were talking about, velocity. It's one thing to have control, but when you have velocity, how much more important is it to be able to find the strike zone?
It's more important just to find the strike zone, period. I mean, that's where it starts. But when you have that kind of velocity, you have to find, some happy medium. I mean, maybe it's not 100.9. Maybe it's 90, 97, 98. But the whole premise is that you have to throw strikes as this level, or, you'll find yourself back in the minor leagues.
19 innings at Double-A, 34 Ks to 11 walks. So certainly he's been improving his control. When he's with the big club, 10 of his 12 outings last season didn't allow a run. So he was very effective. But also, GA, the tape's out there too, where he throws, about his velocity. So how cognizant does he need to be that people know what he is all about now?
Well, I mean, obviously, in this day and age, there's so much data. You can't hide from anybody anywhere. It doesn't matter how long you're in the minor leagues. But with that being said, he still has to understand that at some point he has to throw strikes and not be afraid out there to throw his pitches over the plate, because he does have plus stuff. And you shouldn't be afraid to throw balls over the plate, especially with that kind of velocity. It's not easy to hit something that gets on you that quick. And I can't even I've seen 100, and I can't even describe it.
Yeah, I don't even want to describe it. I don't even want to see it. Third-round pick out of Tennessee in 2022. He hit 104 on the gun with the Volunteers as we take another time out here on the program. Hey, we got a milestone anniversary 7 years ago today. That happened.
Lowe's knows when you need a new appliance. The best morning start with the best morning show in the game. MLB Central.
How we feeling?
I'll take it from here, Lauren. What did you have for breakfast?
T-Row, Lauren, and Roflo tee up baseball's latest buzz with a little style.
Busted.
Plus, T-Row's signature breakdowns.
Ooh. Bang. Get in position.
And great guests from all corners of the game.
We got the sun shining today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Quick draw.
Get an early jump on game day with MLB Central. Weekday mornings, 9 Eastern. Only on MLB Network. Sunday, baseball cards take center stage on MLB's Carded. Join Greg Amsinger for a look at all things cardboard. From vintage to modern, we've got it covered. MLB's Carded, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Angels Live on Valley Sports is brought to you by Nissan. Buckle up for an epic test drive of the Nissan Thrill of Summer Sales Event. Angels back in town for a 6-game homestand, the first 3 against the San Diego Padres. Yesterday was Lou Gehrig Day across Major League Baseball. Today, we continue to bring awareness to ALS. That's Johnny Rodriguez, head coach for Modern Day High School's boys varsity lacrosse team, recently diagnosed with ALS. He's got an initiative called Athletes versus ALS, which inspires all of us to do more to help families living with ALS, and he certainly embodies Lou Gehrig himself. We are all in Johnny's corner. Today, 7-year anniversary of Pujols hitting number 600. Here is Mark Gubiza.
Angels fans, do you remember Albert Pujols' 600th home run? Let's go back in time right now. This is Gooby's Halo History Lesson. Well, listen up. It's June 3rd, 2017 as the Halos take on former Angel Urban Santana and the Minnesota Twins as Albert Pujols looks for the historical 600th home run. We jump to the bottom of the 3rd. Albert comes up to the plate after back-to-back home runs by Andrelton Simmons and Cole Calhoun. Will it be Albert's 600th with 3 home runs in a row? Not yet, as Albert goes down looking. We will wait until the bottom of the 4th inning as the tension rises. Pujols walks into the box with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And on the 4th pitch, Albert Pujols jumps on Urban Santana's slider. Pop! Pujols connects.
This one's got a chance to go. Gone! Big fly for Albert Pujols, number 600.
And in grand fashion, Albert launched a towering shot to left field. He becomes the 9th player to hit 600 home runs, joining one other Dominican on the list, and that was Sammy Sosa. To achieve this magical moment, Albert Pujols hit 2 home runs versus fellow Dominican pitchers Bartolo Colon and Urban Santana, giving Pujols number 599 and then his 600th home run. If you didn't know, now you know. That's Gooby's Halo History Lesson.
Gooby, thank you very much. Okay, GA, there are players that have milestones, and then there are players that have milestones with flair. How about a grand slam for number 600?
It's just hard to believe it's been that long.
Right,
I mean,
right.
Time just flies by, but yeah, great player for a long time, and just a testament to his consistency and putting together a tremendous career.
What do you remember about facing Albert Pujols and what he brought every time he had an at-bat?
What I remember about Albert when he came up was the first thing I noticed is his command of the zone and just the great balance that he always had. And, you know, as you get older, you have a tendency to lose your legs, but that base that he had is what made him very successful.
And he continued, and he was one of those players, too, GA. I imagine he just seemed like he played the game the right way, had respect for the game, and as a result, the game had respect for him.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that you think that just never gave away one at-bat. Like, he gave your best every time he went out there, and that's generally the case for guys like that.
Yep, 7 years ago, Albert Pujols hits number 600 in fashion with the grand slam. As we take one more time out here on the program, when we do come back, Halos facing a knuckleballer here tonight at the Big A. Lineups coming at you next.
It's an hour. The best morning start with the best morning show in the game. MLB Central.
How we feeling?
I'll take it from here, Lauren. What did you have for breakfast?
T-Row, Lauren, and Roflo tee up baseball's latest buzz with a little style.
Busted.
Plus, T-Row's signature breakdowns.
Ooh.
Bang. Get in position.
And great guests from all corners of the game.
We got the sun shining today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Quick draw.
Get an early jump on game day with MLB Central. Weekday mornings, 9 Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Sunday, baseball cards take center stage on MLB's Carded. Join Greg Amsinger for a look at all things cardboard. From vintage to modern, we've got it covered. MLB's Carded, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
When the Angels win the game, you win free McDonald's fries. Get free medium fries tomorrow with any $2 purchase only on the app at participating McDonald's. Throw them on the table. Share with your friends. Put as many in your mouth as you possibly can. It makes your parents happy. And if your parents are happy, we're all happy. Enjoy the sweet taste of victory and fries on an Angels win as the Halos taking on the Padres, first of 3 here at the Big A, part of a 6-game homestand, and the Angels looking to get themselves in the win column. Let's look at the lineup Ron Washington be putting on the field. Good news, Nolan Shanaway back in the lineup, GA, after missing the last 3 games with that thumb injury. Rengifo, Ward, Calhoun, O'Hoppe, and then Kyron Paris rounding things out at second base.
Yeah, starting to run out the same lineup every day. It's good to see these guys getting consistent at bats to be able to, start stringing together their season. So just look for, the under 23 club.
Exactly.
Keep learning on the job every day.
And that's Matt Waldron right there, 1.96 ERA in his last 4 starts. But you know what? Look at those numbers, GA. First 2 innings, 8.59 ERA. The rest of the way, 1.54. Captain Obvious says what?
Yeah, he's pretty much trying to find that knuckleball. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him a primary knuckleball pitcher. He does mix in, half and half fastball and knuckleball, but I would approach him like a regular pitcher. I wouldn't, sit knuckleball or anything like that.
Let's take a look at his arsenal as Matt Waldron will take to the hill here tonight at the Big A as we talk about the knuckleball, not necessarily the primary pitch, but he also mixes in the 4-seam sweeper, sinker, and cutter as well.
Yeah, he's more of a prototypical pitcher. I think he just, garners the attention because of the knuckleball. Nobody else really does it. So that makes it a little different.
All right, we'll know Luis Arraez in the lineup, the baseball's leading hitter. He is out with some injuries to his neck and shoulder after sliding into second base yesterday. That's good news, but Manny Machado is in the lineup, and boy, does he like hitting against these Angels. Second highest batting average among active players against the Halos with minimum 150 at-bats, 328 with 11 home runs.
All I can tell you is that there's no rhyme or reason for it. There's just some teams that you just hit well on. I don't even think you can try to figure it out because the players change over the years, but something about seeing different uniforms, and some guys like certain uniforms.
On the season, hitting 245 homers, 30 RBI. 31-year-old hit 30 homers last season. He's got 318 in his career. No Arraez, but let's not forget about Jurgensen Profar, the second highest average in all of baseball.
Yeah, these guys can hit. I mean, they're going to come out and attack you, so, our pitchers need to be wary, but still try to throw strikes and, try to get them to swing at his pitch.
Yeah, he's looking up and down that lineup right now, knowing that he has got to be very careful. Fernando Tatis, by the way, hitting 375, 5 RBIs during an 8-game hitting streak. When he got Tyler Anderson, and we talked about how he's got such command of the pitch. He's a pitcher, not a thrower. What do you want to see from him early on against that lineup?
Strike one. If they're going to be aggressive, strike one. And that's how you put the hitters on offense. On defense, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When you're sitting on the bench, you see him strike one, you got to be ready when you go up there. So you don't want to be 0-2-0, with a guy like him who has an excellent changeup. So I look for them to be aggressive early on.
All right, it's all about strike one for Tyler Anderson in game one, and hopefully they can get win number one against the Padres. First of 3 against San Diego. Wayne and Gooby on the other side with the first pitch.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch. The best morning start with the best morning show in the game. MLB Central.
How we feeling?
I'll take it from here, Lauren. What did you have for breakfast?
T-Row, Lauren, and Roflo tee up baseball's latest buzz with a little style.
Busted.
Plus, T-Row's signature breakdowns.
Ooh. Bang.
Get in position.
And great guests from all corners of the game.
We got the sun shining today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Quick draw.
Get an early jump on game day with MLB Central. Weekday mornings, 9 Eastern. Only on MLB Network. Sunday, baseball cards take center stage on MLB's Carded. Join Greg Amsinger for a look at all things cardboard. From vintage to modern, we've got it covered. MLB's Carded. Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
The home of the Angels, Clippers, Ducks, and Kings.
us tonight at the Big A, a little SoCal rivalry brought to you by Morongo. Game 1 of a 3-game series from Angel Stadium, the Los Angeles Angels against the San Diego Padres. Alongside Mark Gubas, I'm Wayne Randazzo, and could be a chance for these two geographical rivals to play each other for the next 3 days.
Wayne, this is always fun when these two teams get together. You can't get any more even what they've done so far in their 42-game matchup. And you know what? They got a lot of star power, and the Angels are looking for Taylor Ward to be that star power to be able to win a series at home and against the Padres.
And the Angels have not won a series yet here at Angel Stadium this year. They've gone 21-21 over the years against the Padres. Maybe Taylor Ward will have a say in this series.
Yeah, you know, when you think about it, Wayne, whenever he's swinging the bat well and doing some damage, the Angels will generally win the ball game. So, I mean, he's having a great season so far. He leads the Angels in RBIs with 34. He's tied for the team lead with 11 home runs, and he's hit fastballs out of the ballpark. He's hit non-fastballs out. He's hitting the ball to left field. He's hitting the ball to right center field. He's got those big moment hits. That's what you need from Taylor Ward when you're facing a team like the Padres that have played so well on the road. And look at how successful the Angels have been when Taylor Ward has swung the bat well. 358 in wins, 21 RBIs and OPS of over 1,000, 1,028. But when the team loses, there's not a lot of production for Taylor Ward, so they need him today. 664 OPS on those losses, is 210 batting average. So Taylor Ward is going to have to come out big against this Padre team.
And those numbers hold throughout his career, not just this season for Taylor Ward. So the Angels hoping that he can provide some offense to counteract the Padres superstars in their lineup. Luis Arraez not in there today, but we will see Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado.
Wayne, a lot of power in these guys and a lot of success when you think about what they have accomplished in their careers, and especially when you look at Tatis Jr. He led the NL in home runs in 2021. He's got 10 home runs, 20 extra base hits already this season, with a Platinum Glove winner in 2023. Just a great throwing arm, a lot of range in there. Then you got Manny Machado, what he has done throughout his career against the Angels. 328 batting average, a 6-time All-Star. We know he can drive the ball out of the ballpark. We know his glove is outstanding at third base. He's won a couple Gold Gloves at third base in his career. So an outstanding player. These two guys do a lot of damage. Mentioned they've been really, really good on the road.
It will be Tyler Anderson starting against the Padres tonight. Anderson has dominated San Diego over the course of his career, and he's been excellent so far this season. He'll get another chance against the Padres tonight. They'll face a knuckleballer, Matt Waldron, pitching for San Diego. We'll have the Angels and the Padres coming up. Angels Baseball and Valley Sports brought to you by Hyundai. With brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. By Jack in the Box, the Munchies have met their match. Try Jack's Munchies under $4 today. And by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org.
Thank you. Thank you for trying. Intentional Talk, where baseball players reveal their biggest secrets.
I'm like really terrified of monkeys.
Are you worried they'll throw poop at you?
That's another worrisome part of it too.
Join the conversation. Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
All rise. Here comes the judge.
Judge is in a league of his own.
Aaron Judge is a special, special talent, man. I look at him like the best hitter in this generation.
And that one is gone!
See ya!
You come up here and you want to make a great impression. Hit every single at-bat, really help the team.
Amazing performance by Judge.
He is everything that is good about the game of baseball.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team. We are part of one team. As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tyler Anderson gets another big out. That's in there, strike 3 call. Anderson in a groove to start the year. Tyler Anderson certainly has been in a groove as he leads the Angels onto the field tonight to take on the Padres.
He's thrown the ball exceptionally well all season long. I mean, his changeup is back to where he was a couple seasons ago when he was an all-star. His cutter's been really good, and his fastball, sneaky four-seam fastball.
Give you the lineup for San Diego as the Padres come in today without Luis Arraez. Kind of jammed up his shoulder on a dive yesterday, so Arraez left the game. He's got a bit of a stiff shoulder and a stiff neck, so he's not in there. But Jurickson Profar has done a nice job for the Padres this year. He is their DH today. Tatis and Machado 2 and 3 in the order. Donovan Solano makes a lot of contact in the middle. So does Jake Cronenworth, as the Padres have Kyle Higashioka catching because he's the knuckleball whisperer for Matt Waldron, and they will face Anderson here tonight.
Yeah, fastball is going to be 88 to 92 range. He'll throw his cutter, but his changeup bread and butter, and it's been great all season long. And my go-tos for Tyler Anderson to continue that stretch in which he's thrown the ball well and has thrown the ball well against the Padres. Fade that changeup down, 27 strikeouts, and cutter for soft contact is a 167 batting average versus cutter. No way, Profar leading the National League in on-base percentage.
He's been on base a lot. He's hit a lot. He's actually got the second highest batting average in the major leagues behind his teammate Luis Arraez, who again is not in the lineup tonight. So Profar, a switch hitter, leads off. And goes after the first pitch, taps it right back to Tyler Anderson. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Speaking of defense, our Easton and Easton defense for the Halos, Jo Adell, 7 defensive run saves this season, but 9 in the month of May. The top defensive player in the American League. Jo Adell has made some amazing strides defensively out in right field. Moniak, Ward, Rengifo, Neto, Paris, Shonowell back in the lineup at first base, and Ohapi behind the plate.
Here is Fernando Tatis Jr. He's playing right field, and he was the most dynamic defensive right fielder in all of baseball last year. His defensive metrics not nearly the same this season as they were last year. And as Gooby mentioned, Adell has 7 defensive runs saved. That's the most in the major leagues among right fielders. Jo Adell has been the best defensive right fielder in baseball.
Yeah, where he was a few seasons ago, and he takes such pride in his defensive work and what he's done and what he's accomplished so far.
Fouled off by Tatis, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Padres have swung the bats very well so far this year. They've hit .260 as a team. That's the highest batting average as a team in all of baseball. Tatis is right at that .260 mark. Waves and misses on the changeup here for strike 3.
Excellent changeup. That fade down action. The great arm slot he's got back. He's able to turn that one over. Tatis well out in front. No contact made.
Contact denied by Tyler Anderson, who has his first strikeout. Doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. Here's Manny Machado as he looks at strike 1. Anderson's season high in strikeouts this year is 7. He's had 4 straight starts with exactly 4 strikeouts. One ball, 1 strike on Machado, who has seen his offense kind of slump to start the year. Only 5 homers for Machado. He's hit 1 in just the last month. He's coming off a surgery in the offseason. Finally got hampered by injuries a little bit last year.
Well, he's a guy that plays all the time. Put up great numbers all the time.
There's Mike Schilt, who is now the Padres manager, former Cardinal manager, who was around the Padres last couple of years after being let go by St. Louis. Machado hits one in the gap, left center field. This one headed a long way. Manny Machado stares it down. Well, there's his first homer since May 3rd. It's his 6th of the season. And the Padres have a 1-0 lead on a rocket off the bat of Machado.
Yeah, I watched his batting practice. That's exit velocity of 113 miles per hour off the bat, going 438. He hit a couple baseballs well up in the rock piles. And I'm not talking the front part, but well up there. And he looked like he was locked in, and he's locked in there with that swing there. And he continues to put up those numbers against the Angels in his career.
There's a four-seam fastball. Not many fastballs have been hit hard against Tyler Anderson this season, but Machado knew he got that one. Even though it's been a while, he knew he got that one a long way.
He still remembers how it feels when he hits one a long way. There's ball one to the cleanup batter for the Padres, Donovan Solano. That is the 319th career home run for Machado. But last year when these two teams played at Petco Park, Machado homered against the Angels and actually set the all-time home run record at Petco Park.
He still doesn't miss fastballs.
Fly ball to right field off the bat of Solano gives Joe Adell a chance to polish up those defensive numbers as he makes the catch to end the inning. But the Padres lead on a homer by Machado.
This will be the last moment you ever think of soda as being a dirty word. Soda! Because this is Poppy, and Poppy is soda. It tastes like soda, even better than others. It looks like soda, smells like soda, and fizzes like soda. Because it is soda. It will be the soda your kids and grandkids think of when they think of soda. And that's because this soda has none of the bad stuff. Instead, it has all of the flavor. The future of soda is now, and it's called Poppy.
There's an easier way. From painting and cleaning to repairs and more. Taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
I had no idea I was still paying for in-flight Wi-Fi until I finally checked my credit card statement. 14 months and $600 later. That's why I created Rocket Money, an app that shows you all your subscriptions in one place. See something you no longer want? You can cancel it straight.
Angels batting order is brought to you by Simpson Chevy as we see Nolan Shotwell return to the lineup today. Missed the weekend in Seattle with some thumb soreness. Renifo and Ward have been two constants in the Angels lineup this year. Logan O'Hoppe has swung the bat pretty well of late. And they'll try to hit a knuckleball today. Matt Waldron on the mound for San Diego.
Matt Waldron's fastball is pretty firm at 88 to 92, but he has that very good knuckleball, 37%, although he's throwing a lot more of late. He'll throw a sweeper and a cutter. My go-tos to have success against him is catch that knuckleball at the highest arc and then look fastball in those hitter counts.
That's what Ron Washington said before the game today, very whimsically, saying if he throws it high, let it fly. If he throws it low, let it go.
Yes. Because when it's downstairs, it is dancing. Upstairs, it's still floating up there. Floats like a butterfly.
Waldron can't hear the pitch comm. I mean, just throw the knuckleball. What do you need to hear? You're a knuckleballer. Matt Waldron from Omaha, Nebraska. He is out of the University of Nebraska. He was drafted by Cleveland. And he wasn't throwing the knuckleball when he was in the Guardians organization. It wasn't until he was traded to San Diego as a player to be named later in the trade that sent Mike Clevenger to the Padres for a bunch of guys who have contributed for Cleveland, that Waldron started tinkering with the knuckleball again. The Padres kind of encouraged it. And here's Waldron as a knuckleballer in the big leagues. And Josh Naylor was in that trade going from San Diego to Cleveland. Gabriel Arias, Austin Hedges, and a couple others as well. Cal Quantrill. There's a knuckleball fouled off by Shotwell.
That knuckleball moves quite a bit. It is not easy to catch the knuckleball.
It isn't one of those real slow dancers that you usually see. It throws a little harder than most. It still has a lot of movement, and especially, as we mentioned, when he throws it down in the zone.
I just love when you look at, we talk a lot about spin rate and RPMs. The RPM on the second pitch knuckleball was 287. And we talk about guys breaking balls like 3,000 RPM. 287. And that basically is dancing and staying. There's not a lot of rotation of that seams of the baseball and the knuckleball.
He's still having PitchCom issues, it sounds like, so time is called. You know, for 100 or more years they didn't have a PitchCom, and the catchers just put the signs down. So, you know, maybe if Higashioka can't get the PitchCom to work, just throw the signs down.
Yeah. Here's that, you know, the pitch where we're talking about it doesn't have a lot of rotation. Just look, you can see that all the way into baseball. A lot of times, you know, here the greats who have that great vision, even a Ted Williams, where he can read the spin of a slider, it becomes that dot of the seam, and you can see all the seams of that knuckleball coming in.
Well, remember, StatCast started tracking all this stuff in 2015. Since then, Waldron has thrown the pitch with the fewest RPMs in the StatCast era. He threw a knuckleball that once had 64 RPM.
64.
Well, major PitchCom issue here. Need to call ground control.
Let's look at our StatCast to be powered by Google Cloud. I mean, he still throws a pretty firm fastball. His average is just under 91. His four seam at 90 at sinker. And his cutter's at 87. Then you get the sweeper at 76 and the knuckleball at 77. So a separation of about 13 miles per hour between his fastball, and he'll throw a few fastballs at 39%, and his knuckleball.
The ball's 2 strikes on Shonowell, who swings and fouls one back, still 0-2. For whatever reason, maybe it's because he feels stronger earlier in the games, but in the first 2 innings, he has an ERA of 8.59, and then from the 3rd inning on, his ERA is just 1.5.
At 22 innings pitched, 21 earned runs. I mean, that's got to be hard if you're a hitter. That's 92. It must feel like that's about 102.
You see the trouble that Waldron has had in the first 2 innings this year. He's only had 1 perfect first inning all season. He's made 11 starts. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Shonowell. Waldron has been in the Padres rotation pretty much the entire year, making his 12th start today. Fastball inside to Shonowell, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Feels like a longer at bat than it's been because of the PitchCom issues. That's the 8th pitch coming up to Shonowell.
This looks like Higashioka is using a regular catcher's mitt there. A lot of times you think of those bigger mitts, almost like first baseman's mitts they'll use. But I think because he throws as hard as he does, he's using that regular mitt.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Shonowell leading off. And he takes strike 3. It was a backdoor slider. And Shonowell did not agree with the call. The home plate umpire, Dan Iassogna.
Tell you what, it's not easy being an umpire also when you're behind the plate. And that's just a little bit off the corner. Because you're kind of guessing along when that pitch is crossing the plate, a knuckleball. Even though that was a sweeper, not a knuckleball.
So 1 out. Here is Luis Rengifo. Switch hitter bats left. There's some times in the past with the Tim Wakefields and R.A. Dickies of the world that occasionally switch hitters would bat from the same side against the knuckleball.
Remember over the years when Charlie Huff would pitch against the Royals, they would stack the lineup with all right-handed batters. And I know George Brett, a Hall of Famer who won 3 batting titles in 3 different decades, he hated it because he couldn't. He said it not only was tough that day, but it messed his swing up for a couple days after that. But I think Waldron's knuckleball is a little harder than, say, Charlie Huff. But I'll tell you, usually because it'll work its way into a right-handed batter as compared to it goes away against a lefty.
Hit hard by Rengifo, backing up. Cronenworth makes the play. And there's 2 up, 2 down.
And the defense behind Waldron today. Manny Machado over at third base. You mentioned before, a couple Gold Gloves he won. And that was a few years ago. Still pretty solid in there at third base. Still great throwing arm. Cronenworth over at second. Kim Solano at first. In the outfield, they have, I want to see Merrill. He looks like he's going to be a talented player, the youngster out in center field covering all that ground.
Just turned 21 years old. Our first look at the rookie Jackson Merrill in center field for San Diego. Taylor Ward at the plate. And here with 2 out and nobody on. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ward. Mentioned in the open how Ward has hit much better in games the Angels have won rather than the games that they've lost. He's held that in his entire career. There's one that's a strike that Higashioka couldn't catch. Now they called that a sweeper on StatCast, but that was the knuckleball for sure.
Yeah.
And I think the pitch strike 3 to Shonowell was a knuckleball.
Yeah, that's definitely a knuckleball there. And you can just tell by the lack there of rotation.
There's one to strike out Taylor Ward. So just the second time that Matt Waldron has worked a perfect first inning.
Having those high interest credit cards, it felt unmanageable. My name is Belinda, and with Upstart, I was able to save money with a personal loan. From the moment that I checked my rate to getting that approval was just a few minutes. I felt relieved having the funds in my account so quickly. I was able to turn all of those, big payments into one small payment, and I was able to breathe.
Easy online borrowing. Personal loans up to $50,000. Go to Upstart.com.
Your team's been working on this for so long.
It's all right here in the Black Ops driver.
It's beautiful.
It's explosive. It definitely performs at a high level. The most distance that you can get.
Without giving up the forgiveness. There is no trade-off.
It's easy to hit.
It's just fun.
Perfection.
Learn more and schedule a fitting at pxg.com.
Let's talk about sex. As you get a little older, things tend to work a little differently.
I felt shame, embarrassment, guilt.
Like something had been knocked out from underneath me. What HIMS does is says, hey, look, don't worry about it. We got this part covered. 100% online.
The whole process was very discreet.
It made me feel like I'm a rock star.
This product has changed my life.
When it kicked in, I said, yeah, I'm back. I remember this feeling.
Get started today at forhims.com.
Back to the Big A, the Joe Show reaching new heights in the month of May as the guys were talking about the best defensive player in all of baseball in the month of May. 7 defensive runs saved, best in the league. And this is something that Joe told me before the game that he really hangs his hat on. He put in so much work to improve the defense to get to this point, but he knows that the work isn't finished yet. Now, it was Eric Young Sr. who told Joe about the information from Sports Info Solutions earlier today before it was announced to the rest of the group in the hitters meeting this afternoon before they wrapped up. Pretty cool moment. That's what Ron Washington said, but Bo Porter worked with him a lot on those balls in the outfield where he's trying to figure out his surroundings. That's where he needed the most work. So they work on every possible play you can imagine in practice before the game, so it's second nature during the game. Cool moment from Wash, but he reminded him the work doesn't stop there just because you've been rewarded. Go do it all the time.
That was so cool. This smile on his face, Arca. He basically, I remember Torrey Hunter said there's times where he'd rather rob a home run than hit a home run. That's the kind of look that Joe Adell had today when he heard that news.
Adell has robbed a couple of home runs lately, which has helped his defensive run saved number go up. Jay Cronenworth pretty high on that list among second basemen as he takes ball 3 from Tyler Anderson. The pitching leader in defensive runs saved in the major leagues is an Angel as well, Griffin Canning, who's won a Gold Glove before and who did well from a defensive standpoint yesterday. There's a very high pop-up by Cronenworth. Joe Adell will be patient and make the catch.
And our Hyundai key for the game today, little Stone Temple Pilots Interstate Love Song. We always love when these two teams get together and play. It's still amazing. 42 games, 21 apiece as far as wins.
It's amazing that they've played that little against each other, quite frankly, considering how close they are.
And it's been a long time since the Padres have been here.
It was 3 years ago, the last time the Padres visited Angel Stadium. They're going to play each other every year now with the schedule being changed. And I still think eventually down the road, a couple of expansion teams from now, these two teams are going to end up in the same division.
I totally agree, Wayne. I think it'll be great for the game.
Sung Kim hits it hard past third down the left field line. Taylor Ward in the corner cuts it off, or tried to at least. Kim around second base. He's thinking about third. Relay throw from Neto. Kim is out.
A little over aggressive on that one. But he is fast. Good relay in there from Taylor Ward too. This was textbook. Down the line. 7th double. Ward tried to cut it off, but he got it in quickly. And Neto with a perfect feed right on the money. Renhefo there to apply the tag.
Yeah, Ward was just baiting him.
He says, you know what, I'm going to see if I can get him. We'll have to change that to the Interstate Glove song.
Fly ball from Jackson Merrill as Taylor Ward makes the play and the inning is over. Tyler Anderson faces the minimum in the second. Ha-Sung Kim runs into an out at third. It's 1-0 Padres after an inning and a half.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team. We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves. It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Intentional Talk, where baseball players reveal their biggest secrets.
I'm like really terrified of monkeys.
Are you worried they'll throw poop at you?
That's another worrisome part of it too.
Join the conversation. Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Check out our T-Mobile coverage cam. Let's talk about textbook as far as getting that relay in there. Zach Neto under control, perfect feed. Luis Rengifo, sometimes you figure you got to be quick on there. You end up dropping your elbow down and throw a sidearm throw over the top. Perfect feed, quick tag by Rengifo. Started by a good throw in there by Taylor Ward. So perfect execution of a relay.
The Padres run into an out in the second, and Willie Calhoun leads off the home half against Waldron. 2 balls and no strikes on Calhoun.
These are the times I think as a hitter, you're sitting on a fastball.
You ever mess around with a knuckleball throw in practice?
No, I even one of my favorite teammates, Jeff Montgomery, was a great closer. He used to throw a knuckleball warming up. He did throw a few in the game, and I didn't even want to play catch with that, let alone throw one. This is the scariest thing. They said it's like catching butterflies. Well, I said, well, I never could catch a butterfly, so I know I'm not going to catch a baseball either. Throwing with a knuckleball.
3 balls and a strike on Calhoun as he hits a pop-up to the left side. Manny Machado in foul territory makes the play. Always looks like Machado moves casually, yet swiftly, yet in complete control.
Yeah, I mean, he's always in the right spot. Remember, a shortstop coming up in Major League Baseball. Solid shortstop, too. Move over to third base, and he's a really good one. Covers a lot of ground on pop-ups. We know how good his arm is. Even from different arm angles he'll throw at.
1 out. Here's O'Hoppe. Knuckleball almost hit him as it decked him. No balls, rather 1 ball, no strikes on O'Hoppe.
I think, Wayne, when you look at the lineup for the Angels today against Waldron, this is the one, Logan O'Hoppe, because he hits the ball, the high pitches. If you get that knuckleball up high, he can go a long way.
Ball 2 to O'Hoppe.
That's the one there. If it drifts out over the plate at all, he's going to cover that one.
Manny Machado covered 1 in the first, homering for San Diego. Angels chasing a run against the knuckleballing Waldron. There's a fly ball to left center field. This one off the end of the bat a bit, so it hangs up. Merrill calls for it and makes the catch. O'Hoppe just missed, but right along the lines of what you were talking about. That ball just a little bit off his barrel.
Yeah, and he's going to try to look for everything upstairs, and he's always been a real solid hitter from the upper part of the strike zone. When he's had his troubles, he's chasing a break a ball down below the knees.
Maybe the knuckleball will unlock Mickey Moniak here tonight. Moniak has really struggled offensively. He still plays a very high caliber defense in the outfield, so there's still value in his roster spot from that standpoint, but Angels would really like him to start hitting. Can't hit that one though.
Just a bit high.
2 balls and no strikes. Waldron actually learned the knuckleball himself. He's self-taught. He has a twin brother and playing catch growing up in Nebraska with his brother. Well, he just messed with the knuckleball, got pretty good at it. There's a high pop-up from Moniak. We've seen so many of those as Ha-Sung Kim, the shortstop, makes the catch to end the inning. 6 in a row set down by Waldron.
The best morning start with the best morning show in the game. MLB Central.
How we feeling?
I'll take it from here, Lauren. What did you have for breakfast?
T-Row, Lauren, and Roflo tee up baseball's latest buzz with a little style.
Busted.
Plus T-Row's signature breakdowns.
Ooh. Bang. Get in position.
And great guests from all corners of the game.
You got the sun shining today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Quick draw.
Get an early jump on game day with MLB Central. Weekday mornings, 9 Eastern. Only on MLB Network. Intentional Talk, where baseball players reveal their biggest secrets.
I'm like really terrified of monkeys.
Are you worried they'll throw poop at you?
That's another worrisome part of it too.
Join the conversation. Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Now here's the Home Depot's getting it done as Tyler Anderson uses his changeup quite a bit, more than most in the American League.
He's thrown 5 changeups so far, 1 resulting in a strikeout. Very, very good pitch. 28 strikeouts now with his changeup. And on cue, change piece for a strike.
One ball, 1 strike on Isaiah Zokar leading off.
Zokar will go after that fastball. That's a perfect spot. Now you have him set up. You have 2 options. You go to cutter in or go back to that changeup going down and away.
Fly ball to right. Joe Adell trots over and has that for the first down. So 1 away here in the 3rd as we drive around with Kia. Kyle Higashioka is the batter, former Yankee. Seems like the Padres have been unloaded with Yankees on their roster. There are a whole bunch of them now. Between Michael King, Randy Vasquez, Johnny Brito, Higashioka.
King has been real good in that rotation. Always liked his arm even when I saw him with the Yankees.
Some of that was the Juan Soto trade. Really, most of it was Soto and Grisham to the Yankees for the aforementioned Brito, King, Vasquez, and Higashioka. And a minor leaguer Drew Thorpe as well, who they used as part of their deal with the White Sox to get Dylan Cease. We'll see Cease on Wednesday. Here's a ground ball that Rengifo slides over for and retires Higashioka.
Yeah, Dylan Cease is one of the pitchers the Angels have faced a number of times. He's got electric stuff himself.
We'll see him Wednesday. We'll see Adam Mazur make his major league debut for the Padres tomorrow against Patrick Sandoval. He's one of their top pitching prospects, Mazur. Plenty of pitching for the Padres as far as their starting rotation goes, but two of them are out. Darvish and Joe Musgrove are on the IL right now for San Diego, so they're a little lighter in the rotation for the time being. Hit hard and through, a base hit for Profar as he punches one past Rengifo, is drawn in at third.
Amazing what he has done offensively this season. Padres got him for a pretty good deal too. Bring him back.
Virtually cost the Padres nothing to bring back Jurickson Profar, and he was dangling in free agency for a while. And Profar spent most of last year with the Rockies, but he had a nice year for the Padres 2 years ago when they made the playoffs. It's Tatis going after the first pitch, bouncing it softly. Paris will step on second to end the inning.
Elevate game night? Turn on MLB Big Inning, a revolutionary way to see the biggest moments from every game, live and commercial-free. Find it on the MLB.tv home screen. MLB Big Inning on MLB Network and MLB.tv.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Honor the greatness of Mike Trout this Friday, June 7th. The Angels face the Astros, and the first 25,000 fans will receive a Mike Trout 11-time All-Star bobblehead, courtesy of angels.ocnavigator.org. Visit angels.com/promotions for more. First All-Star game for Trout in his rookie year, 2012. Made the All-Star team again last year, but could not participate in the All-Star game as he got hurt right before the All-Star break when the Angels were in San Diego last year in front of some packed houses at Petco Park. Trout broke his hamate bone and only played in one more game after that.
Yeah, that was a tough one to see that for Trout.
And Anthony Rendon got hurt again in that series in San Diego last year. Kind of spoiled what was a pretty fun series that was being played between the Angels and the Padres. Very festive crowds over the 4th of July. It was a great time to be in San Diego on 4th of July. A beautiful fireworks show there, but this was not a good few days for the Angels.
No, there was a lot of energy in that ballpark. Cronenworth hit a couple cutters off out of the ballpark against Shohei.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Joe Adell leading off here in the bottom of the 3rd. Padre fan caught the ball and he's telling Joe that he's out. He's not out.
Because that's a defensive run save for me.
Well, he gave the ball to a young Padre fan. Adell fouls one off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Adell was quoted in an article today by Brett Bollinger of MLB.com talking about how the Angels hold each other accountable. A lot of time in the classroom is what Ron Washington calls it.
I mean, your goal at some point is knowing exactly how to be able to react and do the things on the field. And it'll get there at some point. Right now, it's still a lot of teaching going on with Ron Washington and the entire coaching staff.
Basically, the players get up in front of the class and discuss a play that went wrong. As Adell fouls off that knuckleball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And they're utilizing video almost in a football-like way where they watch film together and go over it as far as the teaching and value that they can gain from each other in talking over these plays. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Adell, one of many of the young Angels in the lineup today. Hard hit ground ball. Kim almost in self-defense scooped it, throws high to first, and Adell to save.
I didn't think he got his foot down quick enough. Joe Adell gets down the line extremely fast. That was a rocket. Kim dropped his elbow, and that throw sailed on Solano over at first base. Gets the foot down on the bag before Solano does. I think it's going to be an error on Kim.
A rare error for Ha-Sung Kim, who's a very good defender regardless of where he plays on the infield. There's a strike to Zach Neto.
You don't see that often, knuckleball at 91 miles an hour. It's a pretty firm fastball. You would think you would try to steal some bags. It's allowed 5 stolen bases, 1 caught. Does have a pickoff. 13 of 14 stolen base attempts against him have been successful.
The right guy out there with Adell at first. He has 8 stolen bases, although he's been caught 6 times.
Generally, knuckleball pitchers have really good moves to first base just because of the threat of a stolen base.
And he does. Waldron does have a good pickoff move. 1 ball, 1 strike on Zach Neto. There's a throw over.
Yeah, you see how quick his footwork is. Just because it's such a difficult pitch to catch, let alone catch and throw.
Adell, one of just a handful of players in the majors this year with at least 10 home runs and 8 stolen bases. He's got some big boys on that list with him. 2 balls and a strike on Neto. It's Jose Ramirez, Shohei Ohtani, Gunnar Henderson, Kyle Tucker, and Adell.
That's some pretty good company.
Let's see if Adell can add a stolen base to that number here as he's on first.
It's a good count to go.
Count is 2 balls and a strike on Zach Neto, batting for the first time today. It's this one in the air toward left center field, hit pretty well. Merrill's after it in the gap. So is the left fielder, and a near collision as Azokar, the left fielder, makes the catch. Back to first goes Adell, and those 2 Padre outfielders lucky they didn't collide.
That could have been real dangerous. They were both at full speed. And you see Merrill calling for it as a center fielder. That's your baseball. You're the quarterback of the outfield defense.
Their gloves touched, but didn't affect the pathway for Azokar to make the catch. So 1 out, and here's Kyron Paris with Adell at first, and a good throw over by Waldron, checking on Adell. Paris, another one of these youthful Angels. The Angels have had more at bats taken by players 23 or younger than any team in baseball. Kyron Paris, Nolan Shotwell, part of that.
By the way, both Azokar and Merrill taking a deep breath out there in the outfield, thinking how close that could have been.
And they were lucky to not collide, as it was Azokar, the left fielder, who made the catch on Neto's fly ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Paris. And the count now 2-0.
And they're both going full speed. Fortunate enough to avoid contact other than the gloves.
Merrill's ball, the center fielder, and he's calling for it there. 2-0. As Paris rolls one to short. Kim has it, flips to second for one. Quick turn from Cronenworth to end the inning.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Kyle Tucker is doing it at the major league level.
Yeah. Seems like every game we're impressed by him a little bit more.
Deep to right field, it's gone! King Tuck!
We'll talk about his defense, which is elite.
He leads, and he caught it! Tuck out there protecting the kingdom.
Kyle Tucker has been the man. Bat flips for days. Watch this one. Hey, boys, this is what I do.
All hail King Tuck!
Intentional Talk, where baseball players reveal their biggest secrets.
I'm like really terrified of monkeys.
Are you worried they'll throw poop at you?
That's another worrisome part of it too.
Join the conversation. Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Major League Baseball recognized Lou Gehrig Day across the league yesterday. Today, the Angels are recognizing it as well as we honor a couple of guests, Johnny Rodriguez and his wife, Christina, their brand new baby, Cruz, in attendance tonight. Johnny, I know you were diagnosed with ALS just over a year ago, but you've got an incredible initiative, Athletes versus ALS. I know you're involved with high school sports down here in Orange County, which we'll get to in a moment. But first, just tell me a little bit about your initiative.
Absolutely. Before we get into that, I just want to give a big shout out to my wife and my new son, who are 10-day-olds. Cruz is at his first Angels game tonight after being born 10 days ago, as is my wife, who just gave birth 10 days ago. So we'll start with that. As far as Athletes versus ALS, it's an initiative I started through a group called Augie's Quest, who devotes their time and energy and effort and resources towards innovative research to provide funding for finding a cure. Incurable is unacceptable, and that's what we're chasing with Athletes versus ALS, and we figured what a better community to do that with than viciously competitive athletes that want to help support that cause.
It's perfect, and it's so necessary too. Christina, I know you are the head varsity lacrosse coach for the girls team at Foothill High School. Johnny, you've been the modern-day head coach for the boys team varsity for over a decade now, so you guys have some competitive juices as far as the lacrosse powerhouses go.
Absolutely. Lacrosse has certainly been a constant in our life for quite some time. The modern day community has been incredible for me, a great sense of support from them, as well as the Foothill families too.
I heard you met some special guests before the game today. Had a chance to hang out with one Mike Trout a little bit earlier.
Yep, so we got to meet a couple of the guys, which is really cool. Got a Mike Trout jersey signed that will be framed and hung up.
I saw it on the field. He signed the back of it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I had a run-in with Manny Machado. Manny Machado go way back. Let's rewind it back to 2010. I went to Salisbury University, go Gulls. He was playing for the Salisbury Shorebirds at the time. There's this bar called Brew River. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning in the fall of 2010. He happened to be talking to one of my buddy's girlfriends, and I came and said I didn't like that, and he didn't like that. I confronted him, and before you know it, we were kind of pushing and shoving each other. And so when I saw him today, I was in the autograph line, and I said, I don't need an autograph. I got a story for you, though. And I told him about it. He said, no way. He obviously recalled it, and we had a couple of jokes about it. He went to go hit some balls for batting practice and came back and said,
look what you got.
I want to provide you with a peace offering. He gave me the gloves. We dapped and hugged and told him he's doing really good for himself since that little fiasco at Brew River.
What an afternoon for you. Johnny, Christina, thank you so much for the time. We are wishing you all the best. We're rooting for you. We're glad you're part of the Angels family. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us, Erica.
I've given up on trying to get rid of batting average. There's no beating it.
Brian Kenny's always thinking about baseball, and he's fired up for 2024.
These are the standards by which major leaguers are measured.
Watch the show for the thinking fan, MLB Now, on MLB Network.
All rise. Here comes the judge.
Judge is in a league of his own.
Aaron Judge is a special talent, man. I look at him like the best hitter in this generation.
And that one is gone!
See ya!
You come up here and you want to make a great impression. Hit every single at bat, really help the team.
Amazing performance by Judge.
He is everything that is good about the game of baseball.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves. It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Tatis Jr., please stand up.
He's covered a lot of ground into the stands and in the outfield.
Tatis Jr. look-alike in the audience tonight. Nolan Shonowell leads off the bottom of the fourth. Angels still looking for their first hit against Matt Waldron. Nolan Shonowell takes ball one. Talking about the Angels' young batters and how many have taken at bats for them this season. It's been an interesting approach from Ron Washington and the hitting coaches with regard to the young batters. They've taken all of the iPads out of the dugouts, with the exception of the iPads that are in the hands of the actual hitting coaches. Johnny Washington has one, Tim Laker has one, and Jason Nix has one. And that's it. So if a batter wants to see an at-bat, they have to go to the hitting coaches to be able to view the iPad. Most other teams, the iPads are readily available. But Ron Washington was saying he found the hitters were looking at them too much, not watching the game enough.
And what happens too is you're constantly looking at what did they got me out with, or what I was successful, especially when they got you out with, and then you create that negative thought in your mind. You're worried about that instead of going up there with the process what you came into the game with, the game plan to be successful against the pitcher.
3 balls and a strike as Waldron keeps falling behind. He makes the count full 3-2. The last 6 outs for the Angels have all been recorded with Waldron behind in the count, either 2-0, 2-1, or 3-1. Now 3-2 on Shonowell, but Ron Washington believes, for these young hitters at least, that if they have a question, they need to go to the source of the expert and not try to be an expert themselves.
Yeah, maybe they could see something too that they're doing wrong or even doing well in an at-bat or a couple of bats during the game.
Full count. Shonowell with a broken bat bouncer to Kim as the shortstop retires Shonowell, one away here in the 4th. Bring up Luis Rengifo, bounced out to second his first time.
Waldron this season has given up 5 home runs in the first 2 innings and 1 after that. So far in the first 3 1/3, he's been dominant so far.
I wonder how difficult it can be to hit this pitch because you don't see it anymore. Last full-time knuckleballer in the major leagues was Mickey Jannis in 2021. He had R.A. Dickey in the last 10 years. He had Tim Wakefield in the last 20 to 30 years. But the knuckleball really has largely gone away.
The Angels used to have a couple of them. Dennis Springer. Sparksy threw a knuckleball too.
course, some Hall of Famers and some more legendary knuckleballers like the Necros and Charlie Huff, Hoyt Wilhelm. As the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Rengifo. Well, those are from generations long ago now. Who'd you like watching throw the knuckleball?
Charlie Huff was the guy that I remember so well. Got locked up against him in a number of games too. That was never any fun.
Charlie Huff pitched well into his 40s. With all the arm injuries, you think guys would throw the knuckleball more. It always seemed to save the arms of the knuckleballers. You think about all the knuckleballers that we've mentioned, they all pitched for a long time, well into their 40s, all of them.
I think Phil Negro, didn't he win his 300th game? He didn't throw a knuckleball. Remember, he said, I'm not going to throw a knuckleball, and he won his 300th game not throwing one.
Phil Negro over 300 wins. Hoyt Wilhelm, a Hall of Famer, and Phil's brother Joe. Charlie Huff and Tim Wakefield had very long careers, racking up 200 wins or more as well. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but called ball 3 to Rengifo.
A cutter there. Looked like a pretty good pitch.
Hit hard up the middle and through, a base hit. First hit for the Angels tonight. 1-out single for Luis Rengifo. Well, we flash you back to the knuckleballer Charlie Huff. Pitched for 25 years in the major. Hey, making Gino Petralli run for that ball.
Run all over the place. I mean, that thing would do some serious dancing. Against Winfield, the Hall of Famer there. Like, I don't know. I can't hit that one. Oh, he's already 4 full counts for Waldron. At first one where the hitter got a good piece of that baseball and back up the middle. But Charlie Huff he had an outstanding pickoff move too.
R.A. Dickey won a Cy Young Award 2012, throwing that knuckleball quite a bit. Strike to Taylor Ward. A pitch that is virtually extinct. Matt Waldron has breathed life into.
Well, the sinker's made its way back into baseball. Remember, that was going away for a while. It's 4-seam fastball, curveball, sinker, sliders return. And splitter.
Rengifo is running. Higashioka with a quick release, and his throw is not in time. A stolen base. Higashioka did all he could, but Rengifo swipes his 13th bag.
Long look in there. The hand is definitely in there, but was there a little disconnect? Looks like they're going to challenge it.
The foot got on the base as the hand was coming off, so he never lost contact with the bag at second. Now Rengifo in scoring position. 2 balls and a strike on Taylor Ward.
Trying to pay off our opening here now. Get a base hit.
I mentioned Ward has hit so much better in wins than in losses. He has done that throughout his career. He has the highest batting average differential of all time between wins and losses. It's this one in the air to right center field. Shallow. Merrill and Tatis are there, and it's the center fielder for the second out. Taylor Ward is at 334 lifetime in wins and 187 lifetime in losses. And that's the highest differential there ever was. 0 for 2 tonight. Here's Willie Calhoun batting with Rengifo at second base.
Pretty good arms in the outfield for the Padres. Let's see by that throw by Merrill. He's already got 3 outfield assists this year. Center. Tatis with 4 out of right.
And Tatis, the former shortstop. Willie Calhoun takes ball 1. He fouled out his first time. Manny Machado homered in the top of the first. So far, the only run of this game. Fastball gets in there for a strike, and it's even on Calhoun.
It's really interesting, Wayne, though. A lot of left-handed batters in this game against Waldron. And I mentioned before, a lot of times you see a manager put a lot of right-handed batters in against him. But lefties, 315 is compared to 209 for right-handed batters against him.
There's one thing, lefties have had more success against Waldron. That knuckleball was up. Fouled back. See StatCast still calling some of the knuckleballs sweepers. I don't know why there's this variation in what StatCast is picking up, but anytime you see sweeper, it's been a knuckleball.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you see the RPMs on a sweeper. Sweepers generally are going to be, 22 to 2300 minimum RPMs. These are coming in at 300-400 at the most.
That ball lined up the middle, a base hit for Calhoun. Around third, Rengifo heads for the plate. He scores the tying run. RBI Willie Calhoun to make it 1-1.
Straight back up the middle, a couple hits back up the middle against the knuckleballer. That was a knuckleball. Stayed on it, back up the middle, an RBI single. 7th RBI for Calhoun.
And the stolen base pays off from Rengifo. Got himself into scoring position with a stolen base of second. He scores on the base hit. Otherwise he wouldn't have. And now the batter is Logan O'Hoppe, who flied to center field his first time. Fouls this one off to the right. So if you look at StatCast, well, Matt Waldron has thrown 19 sweepers and 19 knuckleballs. 31% of each pitch has been used today from Waldron, but really I don't think that's even close to true. I think those sweepers have largely all been knuckleballs, which makes that knuckleball percentage around 60%.
He has been throwing a lot more of them of late. He came into the game about 37%. He's jumped up quite a bit. He's been on a pretty good run, dealing on the mound.
1 strike on O'Hoppe. Waldron's had to work so far in this one. This will be his 65th pitch already. Not yet through the 4th inning. Angels with their first 2 hits in this inning. They've gotten on the board. 2-out RBI single from Willie Calhoun, who's the runner at first. Waldron with that quick throw over.
It's a quick move. He barely gets into the set position when he throws over the first base. It's not unusual for a knuckleballer to do that, because when you're in a stretch position, you have the knuckleball grip. You have to take that out and throw it over. More difficult throw, so that's why you see knuckleball pitches generally really quick footwork and a quick throw to first base.
It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Logan O'Hoppe as Waldron steps off. So that's the second disengagement with Calhoun at first. Stayed up, but O'Hoppe could only foul it back.
You see how difficult it is. You can't even really, even if you're on the bases, it'd be tough to be able to see what pitch he's throwing as far as the knuckleball. If you're at second base, you feel maybe you can look in the glove and give an idea where the pitch might be, at least location-wise.
A lot of fastballs in this at-bat to O'Hoppe, who keeps fouling them off. This is running up the pitch count even more for Waldron. San Diego's bullpen has been very good at the ends of games this year. Like any team, they don't want to have to use 4 or 5 innings worth of relievers. So Hoppy makes contact with another to foul it off.
And usually you think of knuckleball pitchers, they can throw a lot of pitches, but Waldron throws a lot of fastballs too, so it's not just strictly knuckleballs. So the pitch count would be more of an issue for him than the knuckleball, who throws about 85% of his pitches are knuckleballs.
And his season high in pitches is 98. In the old days, you could just abuse those knuckleballing. Fly ball to right. Not going to carry as Tatis gets in position. And that ends the inning. The Angels get on the board. A 2-out RBI for Willie Calhoun ties the game.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team. We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network. From the day's first pitch to the night's final out, MLB Network sets the stage for fans every day.
So it'll be interesting to watch what happens here
all season long. See the players who are making a statement.
Hey, let's check out the board, folks.
With live games every week.
Inside the park we go.
Cutting-edge baseball chatter. Plus highlights, analysis, and live look-ins on MLB Tonight. MLB Network. The game is the star.
Take a look at our Carl's Cam replay. Career home run number 600 for Albert Pujols on this date in 2017 right here at Angel Stadium.
Against former Angel Urban Santana. Grand slam for Albert Pujols, number 600.
He always had a flair for the dramatic when his milestone numbers would come up. His 500th home run, a game where he hit 2. His 600th homer, a grand slam, and then again his 700th home run in a game where he hit 2. Tyler Anderson needed just 40 pitches to get through the first 4 innings. Here's ball 1 to Ha-Sung Kim leading off. Last Angels pitcher to throw 40 or fewer pitches through 4 innings was Griffin Canning in August of 2020 against the Mariners. That game actually came up yesterday because Canning had gotten into the 7th inning, and that performance against Seattle in August of 2020 was the longest of his career. Canning went 8 innings in that game.
He was really good again yesterday. His changeup was amazing.
Kim with a bouncer in the hole at short. Neto with a nice pick. Long throw in time to get Kim.
That is a great play by Zach Neto on the backhand outfield grass, plants and fires our Arco top tier play. It's about 2-3 steps in the outfield grass. Kim, who runs really well, but only quick on the transfer, and a great throw by Neto. It's going to be a highlight reel play all night long, showing that range at shortstop.
An easy play either on the pick, with that ball bouncing up a bit as he was going from the dirt to the grass.
That is a long throw.
Jackson Merrill with a fly ball to play. I think Neto made that play because he's got that big mess of eye black on his face. Yes. I don't think he would have made that play without it.
I don't think so either. That was the key.
1 ball, 1 strike on Merrill, who flied to left field his first time. Fouls that one off his foot. Talking to Neto the other day in Seattle, he says he is just feeling so much more comfortable this being his second year in the majors, and he's happy to be healthy at this point in the season. Something he started to struggle with midway through last year.
Remember, he had that little bit of an elbow issue not too long ago. That throw right there says he's all right now.
He was quite relieved that the elbow injury was nothing serious. He had some kind of aches and pains going through last season, his first full year in the major leagues, and this year he's feeling a lot better about all facets of his game right now.
Slipped up. That foul ball went right into a sweet on the third base side.
It's not all just desserts and
it's all gone now. Yes.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Anderson for the strikeout.
He's not afraid to throw his changeup to left-handed batters. Very, very effective. Stays on top and then drops out of the zone.
So 2 up, 2 down, and now Azokar will be the batter. 6 in a row set down by Anderson.
Put it in perspective, Wayne, when you think about spin rate of a changeup, usually it's going to be 1,700, 1,800 RPMs. Then you look at the knuckleballer. The Waldron and a knuckleball is about 280. With a changeup and a knuckleball, and even a splitter, there's not a lot of spin to him.
Zokar flied to right field his first time. Anderson's only allowed 3 hits so far. Good changeup there. Anderson worked 5 innings in his last start, but needed 95 pitches. He has gotten through 5 innings today with just 54 pitches. As Joe Adele makes the catch, Zach Neto with a nifty play to start the 5th, helping Tyler Anderson through a 1-2-3 inning.
It takes about 200 steps to make a pair of Tecovas boots. But the steps that matter most are the ones you'll take in yours. With comfort for long days and style for big nights. Any place worth going to is worth going in good boots. So no matter where you're headed, don't go gently. Find your pair at tecovas.com.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
The salty air, the golden light, reflections of who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. Luxury meets performance. Peter Millar.
So that's how they're so productive. They use Fiverr. Look how quickly they find freelancers. So simple.
Yeah, but why are they working in the dark?
Grow your business easily with freelancers. Fiverr.
I've given up on trying to get rid of batting average. There's no beating it.
Ryan Kenny's always thinking about baseball, and he's fired up for 2024.
These are the standards by which major leaguers are measured.
Watch the show for the thinking fan, MLB Now, on MLB Network.
Join your Angels for every Saturday night home game and stay to enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks show driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers. Visit angels.com/promotions for more details. Mickey Moniak leads off the bottom of the 5th. Another pop out for Moniak in the ball game today. There's a strike from Matt Waldron. We've seen a lot of pop-ups from Mickey Moniak so far this year. He has had 11% pop-up percentage, and there's another one.
Just out in front and just lifting the baseball up instead of on the line.
Well, that's the biggest difference, really, Gooby, from last year. Last season, Moniak had a 28% line drive rate. This year, it's 14.
Yeah, just getting underneath baseball, trying to lift. That's what Ron Washington keeps telling and preaching to him. Same thing with Johnny Washington Laker. Listen, Nick's a stink line drive. Don't worry about it. Home runs are on mistake pitches. When you're trying to hit a home run, that's when you pop the baseball up.
One out here in the 5th. Joe Adell is the batter. Adell reached on an error by the shortstop Kim his last time. He didn't try to steal against Matt Waldron. Luis Rengifo did. Rengifo, when he stole second base, ended up scoring on a base hit against Willie Calhoun. If there are more base runners tonight against Waldron with guys who have stolen base pedigree.
Yeah, you got to take that shot. You guess right. You know all the data you have, where you generally will throw pitches, knuckleballs, what count. You just guess right on it.
3 balls, no strikes, and Adell trying to find his way on base again here.
For me right now, Wayne, he's got to be hacked at 3-0. There's a good chance you got a fastball here.
Imagine with a knuckleballer, 3-0 fastball is close to automatic, and it was, and he hit it hard, but right at Ha-Seong Kim. So 2 up, 2 down as we drive around with Hyundai.
With features you won't find on CR-V, RAV4, or Forester, only a Tucson compares to a Tucson.
Zach Neto will be the batter. Angels manufactured a run in the 4th inning against Waldron. Padres got a home run in the 1st from Manny Machado. Otherwise, pitchers have been in control today. The Angels didn't score at all against the Seattle starting pitchers over the weekend, so finally a run, at least one, against a starting pitcher here tonight. Neto bounces one foul.
Back-to-back pitches registered as sweepers. That looked like that was a knuckleball there.
I don't think any of these sweepers are sweepers.
Although he does throw somewhat of a high percentage of sweepers, but that just didn't look like one.
Well, if they keep calling these sweepers, maybe he doesn't really throw.
Yeah.
Who knows? We don't watch this guy enough to really know. Mark Grant, the Padres TV analyst, said he's been throwing the knuckleball a lot more than 37% for the season would suggest. And, you know, according to StatCast, today's thrown it less than that.
Yes.
And that's just not true.
It just feels like the way some of those are floating in there. They're knuckleballs.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Neto. Bouncing ball as Cronenworth kind of falls into it and retires Neto. 1-2-3 inning.
Grand Canyon University's RN to BSN online degree program makes earning your bachelor's in nursing possible. Balance online coursework with local in-person clinicals to position yourself for potential leadership opportunities in the time you have from wherever you are, leaving room for what matters. Your personalized plan and team can help you achieve your goals. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
Prescription eyewear can be really expensive, but here's the secret. Glasses don't actually cost that much to make. Surprise! Especially when you design your own eyewear and then sell it directly to your customers, like we do. Oh hi, we're Warby Parker. Our glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. And the best part? You could try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Ooh, that's a lovely view.
What are you two looking at?
Tip pick.
What did you say?
Tip pick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
Finished my chores. Ready for my allowance.
Greenlight is way better than how I got paid for chores. Mowing all those lawns really paid off. That was not radical.
Bring your family into the financial future.
Take a look at our Frontier play sense. Tyler Anderson so far continue that stretch he's had against the Padres in his career, really mixing and matching, been successful using his changeup, getting soft contact, getting hitters out in front, and getting chases at his zone. Very solid 5 innings, loving that changeup down, but this enough cutters to keep him honest.
Kyle Higashioka shows bunt and pops it foul out of play. Tyler Anderson with 3 straight starts, going 5 innings or more and allowing either no earned runs or 1. Last time was 1 in 5 innings against the Yankees. Time before that, 1 in 8 innings against the Astros. 1 in 7 against the Rangers May 17th. 0-2 on Higashioka from Huntington Beach, California. 7th round pick out of Edison High School in 2008. Actually played in the MLB Urban Youth Academy in Compton. He's had a nice career as a mostly backup catcher.
A former Angel catcher from Huntington Beach, Hank Conger. One of our all-time favorites.
Yes. 0-2 as Higashioka takes ball 1. Saw Hank Conger a couple weeks ago doing an Apple game for the Twins. They were playing Cleveland. He was wearing a Degeneration X t-shirt, so I complimented him.
I figured you would love that.
His wear, yes. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Higashioka.
And every time he's in town, we always replay that famous bunt play he had.
Yeah, he told me he had 2 words for me, but I didn't bother to ask what they were.
Yes, 2 words for you, yes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bouncing ball to third as Luis Renifo gloves it, sets himself up for a perfect throw. And that is now 8 in a row retired by Anderson. The last Padre to reach base was Jurickson Profar, who singled with 2 outs in the third.
5 ground ball outs tonight for Tyler Anderson. Not a big ground ball pitcher per se, but he has been getting a few more ground ball outs lately. During this good stretch he's been on.
Now Profar's been on quite a stretch. He has hit the ball with authority as well. Looks like a strike here over the outside corner. Already 8 homers for Profar this year, matching last year's season total. His career high 20. Did that a couple of times early in his career with the Rangers and the A's. Anderson kind of a quick pitch there as it's 1 ball 1 strike.
Flings a little different arm angle with his fastball. Up and away and then up and in with his fastball.
Ball 2. Remember Profar as basically a teenager when he came up with Texas.
Yes. Huge prospect. Bounce around different positions, but he's really settled in. Very patient at the plate this year too. 32 walks.
Base percentage well over 400. He's in front of that changeup. 2 balls 2 strikes.
And there was a time when he was aggressive at the plate. He'd be potentially chasing pitches, but it hasn't been the case this season.
Ball 4, so Profar works a walk. And he's on with 1 out first base runner since Profar himself in the third. Here's Tatis in our Kia player profile. Tatis led the National League with 42 home runs a few years ago. When Fred McGriff led the National League in homers in 1992. I believe he had 36 that year. Swing and a miss. Good cut by Tatis. 36 home runs, 35 from McGriff in 92 to lead the league. We need a lot more than that in the few years after 1992.
Quite a few.
Yes. No balls 2 strikes on Tatis.
It's a good try with a changeup after a couple fastballs.
Walk to Profar was the first base on balls in this game from either pitcher. Profar with a pretty big lead at first. 1 ball 2 strikes as Anderson chases him back.
17 career pickoffs for Tyler Anderson, but hasn't had any in quite a while.
Profar is stuck as the throw to first is not in time. Profar able to get back.
Looking in to make sure. I think he did get underneath it.
Throw was a bit high to first as Profar dove in. Ray Montgomery still trying to figure it out on the phone, and the Angels will not challenge. Shotwell never really got the tag on him at all.
Had the foot blocking that path back to the bag initially, but still got around it before the tag was applied.
That's 2 disengagements now with Profar at first for Anderson. Has to keep that in mind after all the hubbub there. And chasing him back, can't make another move unless you get him. Now Tatis hammers one toward the left field corner. Ward chases after it near the wall as Ward gets it in. Profar's being waved home. Relay from Neto's on the way. It is in time. Profar's out.
That's the second runner thrown out by the Padres. One at third, now one at home. Another textbook relay. Ward gets it in quickly. Neto, that's quick on the transfer. What a throw and a quick tag, and definitely got him. 2 outfield assists for Ward tonight.
2 outs. Tatis ends up at third. Here's Machado swinging and missing on the changeup.
It's a great relay again by Ward to Neto, but that time had to be extra quick on the transfer.
Tim Leeper, the third base coach for the Padres. I was a little surprised they sent Profar.
Especially when you got Machado coming up. Making sure there's direct the eye contact with Machado and Tyler Anderson.
Machado is homered and fouled out. Anderson makes him move his feet. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Padre fans weren't real happy about him making him move his feet, but you know what? It's always a good thing, especially when a guy has success against a club like Machado does. You don't want him comfortable in the batter's box.
2 outs with Tatis at third. Now 2 balls and a strike. First base open. Donovan Solano is a good hitter on deck, but he's not Manny Machado.
Yeah, I would make him swing and a pitch well out of the strike zone.
Yeah, they won't even bother with that. Yeah. Machado will be intentionally walked.
First time in his career 2 outfield assists in the game for Taylor Ward.
A little different look in the Padre lineup without Arise today. As Machado gets intentionally walked. It's just the 3rd time this year Machado has been intentionally passed. And now Donovan Solano takes ball 1. Solano, good contact hitter. He's hit .388 in limited action this year. And a strike. Solano was unsigned until the middle of April. A bit surprising for a guy who's been a pretty good ball player over the last number of years.
Solid contact hitter.
Machado on a delayed steal will advance to second as the count goes to 3 balls and a strike on Solano. So Machado steals a bag. It's his 4th stolen base this year. Now 2 men in scoring position for the Padres. Anderson trying to work through some trouble here in the 6th. It's the 25th pitch of the inning. And it's a strike to make it 3-2.
Got the 3-1 changeup. Solano really good with 2 strikes. 383 batting average, 14 for 29. So I think you got to be ready on that right side of the infield.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Bouncing ball to third. Rengifo has it, sets his feet, throws out Solano to end the inning. Padres threatened and a man thrown out at home. They leave 2 in scoring position, and this game stays tied thanks to this pretty relay. Zach Neto to the plate to gun down Jurickson Profar.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
I've given up on trying to get rid of batting average. There's no beating it.
Ryan Kenny's always thinking about baseball, and he's fired up for 2024.
These are the standards by which major leaguers are measured.
Watch the show for the thinking fan, MLB Now, on MLB Network.
Angels baseball on Valley Sports presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga, conveniently located right off the I-15 in Temecula. And introducing Safety Shot, the world's first rapid alcohol reducer. Extend the night, enhance the morning. The bottom of the 6th inning at Angel Stadium as Tyler Anderson needed just 40 pitches to get through the first 4 innings. Padres have made him work a little harder in the 5th and the 6th, but he is through 6 innings now with just 1 run allowed.
He just never gives in. That's the thing you got to love about Tyler Anderson. We've seen that all season long.
Kyron Paris leading off here in the bottom of the 6th against Matt Waldron, who really slowed down that knuckleball to get a strike. It's about the slowest one we've seen.
Yeah, it was at 70 miles an hour. Usually his knuckleball's been about 78, 79.
It's Paris, then the top of the order due up.
It was a little harder one. It's 79.
Padres have their bullpen up. Looks like Adrian Morejon, the left-hander. Padres' 8th and 9th inning men have been lights out. Jeremiah Estrada and Robert Suarez have been unreal. Suarez named National League Reliever of the Month today.
He's been dominant. Wasn't available yesterday in Kansas City.
And neither was Estrada. And the Padres ended up blowing a lead in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3-2 now on Paris.
Real interesting if Paris can get on base too here. Has not attempted a stolen base yet this season. Be a perfect candidate to try to steal against if he can get on.
Count is full. And there's strike 3. That one bent over the inside corner. As Paris goes down looking, 3rd strikeout for Waldron, his first since the 1st inning.
I think that might have been a sweeper there. You see by the spin on that one. Spared to his knuckleball.
Been at least a handful of so-called sweepers that have really been knuckleballs today. If you look the spin rate of each pitch. Here's Shonowell as he fouls one off himself. Shonowell needs some attention from Eric Munson and the manager Ron Washington.
That's off his thigh, back thigh.
Knuckleball will make funny things happen on the baseball field. This one not.
You've seen him hit his back knee, his back foot. A lot of times he's not staying inside the baseball. That's where you have it out in front like that. And the knuckleball will even more so will make you get that barrel of the bat out in front.
Earlier in the year, Shonowell fouled a ball off the inside of his leg and ended up having an abrasion and an uncomfortable spot. Had to miss a game. Shonowell has seen a lot of pitches from Waldron today. Has seen 16 now, including that first one in this at bat. Shonowell struck out after a long at bat in the first inning and grounded out his last time up. Angels only have 2 hits against Waldron. They both came in the 4th inning to play to run.
That was a nasty knuckleball there. A harder one. 82 mile-an-hour knuckleball.
Waldron has thrown the 3rd most knuckleballs since StatCast started tracking of any pitcher. And strike 3 call and a cutter to retire Shonowell. Back-to-back strikeouts. This Father's Day, June 16th, treat Dad like an all-star with the ultimate Angel Stadium experience. Enjoy hitting the stadium batting cages, take a behind-the-scenes stadium tour, play catch in the outfield, and more. Visit angels.com/Dad's Day to get your tickets today. We won't be here on Father's Day, so the field will be wide open for the dads. The Angels will be in San Francisco that weekend.
A chance to be on this field. That's got to be a thrill for a lot of dads in your family.
That'll be fun. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. As Luis Renifo bats, he scored the only run for the Angels so far tonight. Pops this one up. Kim calls for it as he backs up onto the outfield grass. A quick inning for Waldron in the 6th.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Want to elevate game night? Turn on MLB Big Inning, a revolutionary way to see the biggest moments from every game, live and commercial-free. Find it on the MLB.tv home screen. MLB Big Inning on MLB Network and MLB.tv.
Starting pitchers have done a nice job today. Matt Waldron and Tyler Anderson.
Both have thrown a lot of strikes and some ground ball outs. Efficient pitch count, especially for Tyler Anderson. 6 innings, 80 pitches. Even though the last inning he threw quite a few, still very efficient.
He's thrown 40 in the last 2 innings after 40 in the first 4. There's ball 1 to Cronenworth. Leading off here in the 7th. We saw a good mound duel yesterday between Luis Castillo and Griffin Canning, each working into the 7th inning. Cronenworth yanks one on the ground to Paris. And there's one away here in the 7th.
Got him to pull that ball away to second base. It's a perfect pitch.
So Ha-Sung Kim will bat after we see what's on the menu at Jack in the Box.
All these munchies are under $4 each. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Figured they were going to hit us with the munchies after we mentioned it earlier.
All those under $4. It's close by the house on the way home.
There's a strike to Ha-Sung Kim, who doubled into the left field corner his first time. He was thrown out at third by a relay that consisted of Taylor Ward to Zach Neto. And those two would combine again to throw out Jerks and Profar at the plate in the 6th inning. So 2 outfield assists today for Ward. First time that's ever happened in his career. Zach Neto's been in the middle of both.
That elbow looks pretty good today for Neto.
0-2 on Kim. So lines one toward the gap in right center field. This will be extra bases again for Ha-Sung Kim. We'll see if he stops at second this time as Adele gets it in. And yes, Kim will put the brakes on.
Tell you what, he still was thinking triple off the bat.
He seemed to be, but he will smartly settle for a double with 1 out.
There's a couple doubles in the game now, giving him 8. And the chance for Ha-Sung Kim here. It's like down in San Diego. You got to vary your look now to second. He's got 13 stolen bases.
He'll take off for sure. Kim has good speed and he's a smart player. Barry Enright gets on the phone with the bullpen as the Padres again are knocking on the door here in the 7th. Jackson Merrill is the batter. He's 0 for 2. Bounced over the middle as Neto cuts across to make the play for the 2nd out. And Kim ends up at 3rd.
He was in perfect position because he was trying to keep Kim close to second base.
2 down, and the batter will be a Zokar. The Padres only have 5 hits against Anderson, but 4 of them have been for extra bases. 2 doubles by Kim, a double from Tatis, and the homer in the first by Machado, still accounting for their only run. Zokar's fly to right both times he's come up. He takes ball 1. Another big moment here as Anderson tries to keep this game tied. A lot of pressure on these Angels starters with the offense not hitting much lately. The Angels starters, with the exception of Reed Detmers, they have really done a very nice job for the last month or so.
Given length in the game too. Quality pitching.
Canning went 6 2/3 yesterday. Soriano worked 6 on Friday. Sandoval 6 last Thursday. Saw Kim make a break off 3rd, with Anderson kind of kicking his leg out a couple times, but Kim was just bluffing. 2 balls and a strike on a Zokar. There's ball 3. The number 9 batter Higashioka is on deck. Hunter Strickland is up in the Angels bullpen. Ball 4. So a walk from Anderson puts Zokar at first.
He wasn't going to give in to him there. He's trying to get him to chase. This is one of those times where you're not 100% sure Wash is going to the bullpen, but it's a little slower walk than normal. I'm thinking he is going down to the bullpen.
Number 9 batter is due up here, Kyle Higashioka. It is a slow-paced walk from Ron Washington as Anderson stands on the mound. No motion to the bullpen yet. Strickland is ready to go, presumably. Well, Anderson's going to say whatever he needs to say to stay in this game.
Says, I got him. I got 2 ground ball outs against him already. Great third base.
Hoppy and Neto chiming in now. Home plate umpires asking for a decision. Dan,
what do you think?
And Wash has told the umpire to point to the bullpen, so that will be that for Tyler Anderson. Now Hunter Strickland will face Higashioka.
The best morning start with the best morning show in the game. MLB Central.
How we feeling?
I'll take it from here, Lauren. What did you have for breakfast?
T-Row, Lauren, and Roflo tee up baseball's latest buzz with a little style.
Busted.
Plus T-Row's signature breakdowns.
Ooh. Bang.
Get in position.
And great guests from all corners of the game.
We got the sun shining today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Quick draw.
Get an early jump on game day with MLB Central. Weekday mornings, 9 Eastern. Only on MLB Network. Intentional Talk, where baseball players reveal their biggest secrets.
I'm like really terrified of monkeys.
Are you worried they'll throw poop at you?
That's another worrisome part of it too.
Join the conversation. Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Angels baseball and Valley Sports brought to you by Morongo. By Spectrum. Get Spectrum Internet, mobile, and TV. Visit Spectrum.com for details. And by Nissan. Buckle up for an epic test drive at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event. The Angels have gone to their bullpen after Tyler Anderson made it through 6 2/3 innings, leaving men on the corners here with 2 outs in the 7th.
Really nice job again today, facing some really good opponents of late. Strickland trying to keep it a 1-1 game.
Well, Luis Arraez must really not be feeling well, because the Padres go to their bench here in what would be the perfect spot for Arraez, but instead it's David Peralta batting for Kyle Higashioka.
Peralta has been a guy who's been around the game for a long time. A very tough, dangerous hitter, though, off to a slow start. The Padres.
Runner taking off for second, and Zokar will make it without a throw. So now 2 in scoring position as Peralta bats for Higashioka. But imagine with Higashioka coming out, Waldron's going to come out as well. That's a line foul by Peralta, and it's 0-2. The Padres really don't trust Luis Campusano to catch the knuckleball. Campusano, by defensive run saved, has been the worst defender in all of baseball this year. So if he's coming in to catch, there's no way Waldron's going out to pitch. The ball's 2 strikes on Peralta. Just off the outside corner, 1-2.
His changeup has been just as solid as his slider for Strickland.
Peralta bats for Higashioka with 2 in scoring position now in a tie game in the 7th. Peralta had a good swing at that high fastball. It's 1-2.
He's had a couple good swings in this sequence so far.
Peralta just 3 for 15 since returning to the majors. He has struck out 7 of those 15 at bats. Aging outfielder who's been a good player in the past. It's a high fly ball, right center field, pretty deep. Moniak is out on the warning track, makes the catch. Big sigh of relief from Tyler Anderson.
Yeah, that's the lonely feeling as a starter. You're hoping that baseball stays in the yard, and it did. Moniak runs it down.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Sunday, baseball cards take center stage on MLB's Carded. Join Greg Amsinger for a look at all things cardboard. From vintage to modern, we've got it covered. MLB's Carded, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network. From the day's first pitch to the night's final out, MLB Network sets the stage for fans every day.
So it'll be interesting to watch what happens here
all season long. See the players who are making a statement.
Hey, let's check out the board, folks.
With live games every week.
Inside the park we go.
Cutting-edge baseball chatter. Plus highlights, analysis, and live look-ins on MLB Tonight. MLB Network. The game is the star.
Cozy up at the Big A tomorrow when the Angels host the Padres. First 25,000 fans in attendance will receive a blanket courtesy of Discount Tire. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info as we present to you.
This is a fantastic blanket.
The Angels blanket.
Look at this.
Wrap up in this thing.
Yes.
This feels nice.
By all means, enjoy yourself, Wayne. With a warm blanket.
That is nice. Very soft.
Yes. Very comfortable.
Very good. Taylor Ward leads off the bottom of the 7th as he looks at a strike from Matt Waldron, who's still out there. Maybe with the entrance of Campusano catching, Waldron would come out too, but we're going to let Campusano catch him for at least an inning here. Waldron has never reached 100 pitches in a major league outing. Got to 98 once earlier this year, but he's at 93 right now as the Padre bullpen is ready. 2 balls and a strike on Ward. And Waldron's done such a nice job tonight. Mike Schiltz not exactly racing to get him out of this game.
No walks, has allowed 2 hits.
He went 7 innings in his last start, gave up no runs. Ward hits it hard, but hangs up as Merrill backs up to make the catch, 1 out.
He's playing pretty deep. Center, able to make that play rather easily, but hit well by Taylor Ward.
Now Calhoun is due up, and Mike Schilt will point to the bullpen. So that'll be it for Waldron. Padres just wanted him to face Ward one more time. Matt Waldron with a nice job today as he leaves this one in the hands of the Padre bullpen with the game tied at 1.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
Sunday, baseball cards take center stage on MLB's Carded. Join Greg Amsinger for a look at all things cardboard. From vintage to modern, we've got it covered. MLB's Carded, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network. From the day's first pitch to the night's final out, MLB Network sets the stage for fans every day.
So it'll be interesting to watch what happens here
all season long. See the players who are making a statement.
Hey, let's check out the board, folks.
With live games every week.
Inside the park we go.
Cutting-edge baseball chatter. Plus highlights, analysis, and live look-ins on MLB Tonight. MLB Network. The game is the star.
Take a look at our game summary tonight. Really, it's been in the hands of the starting pitchers, Tyler Anderson and Matt Waldron, both working into the 7th inning, both allowing just 1 run. Manny Machado provided that run for the Padres with a first-inning homer. There was a play at the plate along the way. Zach Neto with a couple of good relay throws. This one to retire Jurickson Profar at the plate. Angels got their run in the 4th. Willie Calhoun with a single to bring home Luis Rengifo. Now Adrian Morejon, hard throwing left-hander, gives up a bouncing ball, base hit off the bat of Calhoun as Cronenworth couldn't reach it.
Yeah, it looked like he had a shot at to be able to cut that one off into the outfield grass, but then a little different hop on there at the end. 2 good swings in a row. They're going to pinch runner now. Old Tucker going to come in now for Willie Calhoun. A good swing. And the baseball just stayed down when it got to that grass and then skipped by him.
2 hits now for Calhoun. Pretty good speed at first with Tucker coming in to run as he represents the go-ahead run. Here's O'Hoppe, who's 0 for 2. Couple of fly ball outs. Nice job by Campusano there to keep the ball at home plate. I think O'Hoppe would be successful against left-handed pitching, but so far he really hasn't been. He's been much better against right-handers than lefties. I feel like at some point it's going to turn around for O'Hoppe.
I think so. Hey, he's got a fastball. It's going to be 94 to touching 100 miles an hour from the left side.
He's a real hard thrower.
A curveball, slider, changeup, and a splitter on occasion. That's firm fastball.
Had some injuries early in his career. O'Hoppe hits one to right center field. Tatis got there quickly for the out. So 2 away and Tucker at first.
A pretty good pitch to drive there just underneath because that was right down the heart of the plate of a slider.
The lefty in the game, Morejon. The Angels will go to their bench as Kevin Pillar will bat for Moniak.
He's had so many big hits in the Angels uniform.
The Angels will think about starting Tucker here. The crowd here tonight, 32,683. Some of the folks making their way up I-5 from San Diego. Ruben Niebla will head to the mound to have a chat with Morejon before Pillar bats. Well, the Padres will talk about maybe their post-game trip to Jack in the Box.
All these munchies are under $4 each. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
I know I'm talking about it right now, Wayne. I'm getting hungry.
Gotta go with the curly fries.
I might have all the above that was on that picture there.
Now here's Pillar, who has reached base safely in 15 straight games. He had his 14-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday, but he still got on base twice. Entering here in the 7th, pinch hitting for Mickey Moniak. With the go-ahead run at first, outfield has been pretty deep for the Padres. As Pillar takes ball 1, still a pretty big size gap in left center field. Pillar can find some room out there and get Tucker started.
This Pillar has crushed the baseball. I don't know if you take that shot, even though Cole Tucker can run really well. I think you let Pillar drive him in.
Pillar couldn't hold his swing on a good back foot slider from Morejon.
Morejon's got really good stuff. He can spin his slider good and his fastball. Mention that can be upper 90s. If you get the 2 strikes, you might see Tucker on the move.
Swing and a miss.
It's 97. Now you're just guessing along with pitches. A lot of times he'll throw a breaking ball now, so I think you might take a shot at it for Tucker.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
This felt like a pitch out almost.
Very high fastball from Morejon. Tucker doesn't run here, and the count goes to 3-2. Tucker will get the automatic head start. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Pilar lifts one toward left, moving over, and there is a Zokar to end the inning. Still tied 1-1 after 7.
All rise. Here comes the judge.
Judge is in a league of his own.
Aaron Judge is a special talent, man. I look at him like the best hitter in this generation.
And that one is gone!
See ya!
You come up here and you want to make a great impression. Hit every single at bat, really help the team.
Amazing performance by Judge.
He is everything that is good about the game of baseball.
Sunday, baseball cards take center stage on MLB's Carded. Join Greg Amsinger for a look at all things cardboard. From vintage to modern, we've got it covered. MLB's Carded, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Experience Angels baseball at the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack, just like they are.
Yes.
For only $44 plus fees. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more information regarding the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack, visit angels.com/fun pack. Can't beat fun at the old ballpark as Jurickson Profar looks at a strike to start the 8th.
Another solid game here, fun game here at the ballpark at the Big A.
Another close game. The Angels have had so many close games this year. And they were able to pull one out against the Yankees here at home last week. As Kevin Pilar stays into play center field. We'll see if the Angels can do it again tonight. Pull one out late against the Padres. This game has been tied since the 4th. Top of the order due up for San Diego here in the 8th inning. Profar looks at a strike, trying to dance away from one over the inside corner.
We've seen a slider, change up, and now fastball in.
Profar is from Curacao. He has played for the Netherlands in the World Baseball Classic each of the last 3 occasions it's been held. Been on base twice tonight. He lifts one towards shallow right field. Tough play. Adele coming in. And he can't make it. It's off his glove. He slipped as he got up, and Profar able to advance to second. Great effort by Joe Adele. He went all out for it, got a glove on it, but it's a double for Profar.
And that was some serious closing speed. Almost got to that baseball. So he's playing deep, coming in. And just the dive off the glove. Well, it's a great effort. Almost an unbelievable play by Joe Adele.
He had his glove right there, and the ball just hit off the top of it. Profar able to get to second base. And now Tatis and Machado against Hunter Strickland with the game tied at 1. Pop up right field, fairly shallow. Profar not tagging. Adele makes the catch, one away.
That's a huge out. No advancement of the base runner, especially with Tatis Jr. as good as he's swung the bat this season with 20 extra base hits. Make that 21 now with a double earlier. Huge out by Strickland.
And now first place is open for Machado. I wonder if Ron Washington will walk him again. He did last time.
I think they're going to walk him.
Walsh trying to get Logan O'Hoppe's attention, and yes, Machado will head to first base here thanks to a second intentional walk.
Big time numbers against the Angels in his career.
He's hit a home run tonight.
There was a conversation with Ron Washington, Barry Enright, and Jerry Narron.
It sets up a double play chance with Donovan Solano coming up. The Padres have hit into more double plays than any team in the majors. They're not hit into one tonight, but a chance here. The turn two with Solano at the plate. He just has average speed, although he pops this one up. Foul territory. Shotwell has that, and there's two down. That'll bring up Cronenworth, who's 0 for 3.
Big out, but still some work to do. Cronenworth had some big hits against the Angels last year. Tough out right here.
The Padres gave him a long contract extension. I feel like most of it was because of how good he had been with runners in scoring position in his career. That has carried over this season. He's hit .317. As he takes a strike from Strickland. A leadoff double from Profar. He's still at second with 2 outs. Machado's at first. And it's snowballs, 2 strikes now on Jake Cronenworth.
So we have to have a lot of trust when you're on the mound with your catcher behind the plate. So more than likely this is going to be a pitch he's going to throw. It's not going to be in the strike zone. So can you get him to chase, and can you keep it in front of him?
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Tie game, 8th inning. The 0-2. High pop-up. Left side. Neto trotting to the outfield, calling for it. He makes the catch.
What a job by Strickland to get through that inning.
Leadoff double squandered. The Padres leave 2, and it's still tied.
You think Atlanta's point guard is good for 20 tonight? No question. You hear he got name dropped on that new song? He feeling himself for sure.
Ever since that track drop, he been on fire.
The hook literally says his name 8 times in a row. He might go for 30.
With that much hype, I'd lock it in. But that's just me.
Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Cash in on your sports fandom with Prize Picks.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
From the day's first pitch to the night's final out, MLB Network sets the stage for fans every day.
It'll be interesting to watch what happens here
all season long. See the players who are making a statement.
Hey, let's check out the board, folks.
With live games every week.
Inside the park we go.
Cutting-edge baseball chatter. Plus highlights, analysis, and live look-ins on MLB Tonight. MLB Network. The game is the star.
Stay tuned. Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator. Although the outcome for this game is far from decided, as the Angels and Padres are playing in a tie game in the bottom of the 8th. Joe Adell with a hearty hack at a first pitch fastball from Adrian Morejon.
He's trying to give the Angels the lead with that power. In an outstanding effort, trying to slide in to make a nice play to start off the top of the 8th, trying to give the Halos lead in the bottom of the 8th.
Padres have left 7 men on base, 6 in the last 3 innings. They've had some opportunities. They have not converted. They are 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. The Angels have not had as many chances. They did cash in the bottom of the 4th inning on a 2-out RBI single from Willie Calhoun. That's the only time they've had a man in scoring position all night. The offense has really sputtered over the last 4 or 5 games.
Not a lot of opportunities either to score.
1-2 on Adele. And he drives this one toward right field. It's pretty deep. Tatis back near the wall. It's over his head and off the wall. It bounces away from Tatis as Adele gets to second and holds there. Leadoff double in the bottom of the 8th.
Great swing. Going the other way. Talking to him earlier today, he was trying to think, okay, I got to get back to my swing. I got to think right field. And he went right field on that sweeper down, and he hit a rocket to right center. That was 107 off the bat. Tatis unable to get to that one, but that ball was crushed. And good base running by Adele. He thought about a triple. Wise decision to stay right there. Scoring position now.
Good job, too, by Jackson Merrill, the center fielder, to back up Tatis and hold Adele at second. Now it's Ruben Niebla out to the mound. As the Padres will talk strategy here. Morejon got the last 2 outs in the 7th inning. He's back out here in the 8th.
There's a couple reasons to get the bullpen going, but there's also bury your look back to second. What you want to do as far as the defense for a bunt. So there's no force out at third. It'll have to be a tag play if indeed Neto does bunt.
Well, Ron Washington just went out to say something to Eric Young Sr., the third base coach, and now EY is relaying that message to Zach Neto.
Neto's made 2 great relay throws. From the shortstop position, a chance to give the Halos a lead here.
Padres have Jeremiah Estrada up in their bullpen. The Angels have Carlos Estevez getting ready in theirs. Figure we'll see Estevez in the 9th inning regardless. Here's a chance for the Angels to take the lead in the 8th.
Corner infielders are playing in.
Adele runs well. He's at second base. See the corner infielders cheating for San Diego. As Neto shows that he was not bunting and takes ball 1.
It's not going to be easy to bunt off him, too, especially a hard fastball like that. You're trying to elevate it. It's a difficult pitch to get down on the ground.
Neto, it's a fly ball right center field. Tatis backing up. Adele is tagging at second. Tatis makes the catch. Adele heads for third. Throw is not in time. Tatis with such a strong arm, but Joe Adele outruns the ball, and Neto moves the runner with 1 away.
Such incredible strides, too, for Adele. Elite speed on the bases. Nice job by Zach Neto. He got a pitch he could hit in the air and got the job done. Advancing Joe Adele, he's like a sprinter. Using that bag to push off. Head first slide in there. He got there quickly.
Mike Schilt heads to the mound. He wants Estrada to face Kyron Paris. The go-ahead run at third for the Angels when we come back.
Let's talk about sex. As you get a little older, things tend to work a little differently.
I felt shame, embarrassment, guilt.
Like something had been knocked out from underneath me. What HIMS does is says, hey, look, don't worry about it. We got this part covered. 100% online.
The whole process was very discreet.
It made me feel like I'm a rock star.
This product has changed my life.
When it kicked in, I said, yeah, I'm back. I remember this feeling.
Get started today at 4hims.com.
This will be the last moment you ever think of soda as being a dirty word.
Soda!
Because this is Poppy, and Poppy is soda. It tastes like soda, even better than others. It looks like soda, smells like soda, and fizzes like soda. Because it is soda. It will be the soda your kids and grandkids think of when they think of soda. And that's because this soda has none of the bad stuff. Instead, it has all of the flavor. The future of soda is now, and it's called Poppy.
When it comes to tickets, pick TickPick. You're picking the best prices guaranteed, with no hidden fees ever. Pick from thousands of live events. No hidden fees, more savings. Download the TickPick app.
Join the million-plus fans who have made game days more entertaining by playing along on Underdog. Basketball fans from all over the United States.
Well, here is Jeremiah Estrada, who has been a strikeout machine for the Padres this year. With that in mind, the Angels will go to their bench as Luis Guillorme will bat for Kyron Paris. Guillorme a little tougher to strike out. Estrada had a recent string of 13 consecutive batters struck out. There's a swing and a miss with that splitter.
Yeah, that's a nasty splitter.
It was an expansion era record. The Angels started the expansion era in 1961. Guillorme with a fly ball, left center field. It backs up Merrill, plenty deep enough. Adele's on his way home. A sacrifice fly, and the Angels have the lead. It's 2-1.
That's situational hitting. Guillorme got that ball up, hits a deep fly ball. Starts off with a swing by Adele, advances on the fly ball by Neto, and scores on the sac fly by Guillorme. That's the kind of baseball that Ron Washington wants to see this team play, Wayne, and that's exactly what happened there.
Well, truly, for Ron Washington, up until this point in the game tonight, this has been about as well played of a game for his standards that the Angels have had all year.
Yeah, you go back to 2 great relays. And situational hitting, a stolen base results in a run to tie the game up back in the 4th inning.
And a great starting pitching effort from Tyler Anderson going deep into this game. Shonowell with a grounder, and the Angels will have the lead going into the 9th inning. Joe Adele doubled off the wall in right. He got it started for the Angels in the 8th. And then Zach Neto pushed him to 3rd with a fly ball. Luis Guillorme got him home. The Angels are up by 1.
Tucker is doing it at the major league level.
Yeah.
Seems like every game we're impressed by him a little bit more.
Deep to right field, it's gone! King Tuck!
Talk about his defense, which is elite.
He leads, and he caught it! Tuck out there protecting the kingdom.
Kyle Tucker has been the man. Bat flips for days. Watch this one. Hey, boys, this is what I do.
All hail King Tuck!
Sunday, baseball cards take center stage on MLB's Carded. Join Greg Amsinger for a look at all things cardboard. From vintage to modern, we've got it covered. MLB's Carded, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
That was on a homer by Manny Machado. The other 4 extra base hits have not helped them score. There's a strike from Estevez. It's the 12th time this year the Angels have held their opponent to 1 or fewer runs through 8 innings. They've gone 9-2 in those other games. These are the kinds of close games the Angels want to turn into victories, which they have not in the early part of the year. And they feel like as this team gets better, the improvements, the education starts to turn into improvements, that these narrow losses will turn into narrow wins.
And they've done everything well so far.
High and tight. Kim did all he could not to fall over.
He was looking away. Instead gets a fastball up and in. And that's the thing with closers. If you're going to miss in, it's got to be off the plate in, not out over the plate.
And that's how you give up a late back-breaking home run when you miss out over the plate on the inner portion. Kim has some power. He's hit 7 homers. He has 2 doubles tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Yeah, you get a swing like that every once in a while, Wayne, after that up and in fastball 97. Some ride to that one, stayed true all the way through the zone. Big punch out, first out, especially with the speed that Kim has.
One away, here's Jackson Merrill. 0-1. Merrill's 0 for 3 tonight. He has hit the ball very well on the road. He has not hit much in Petco Park. It's a 356 outside of San Diego as he looks at a strike. Maybe we're close enough where Merrill's not going to hit much in this series. Angels have a 2-1 lead, 9th inning. And that just missed, ball 2.
Close pitch, 97.
Ground ball up the middle. Neto stacks it to his left. Throws on Merrill. 2 up, 2 down.
You talk about getting as close to that second base bag as possible to make that play to start with. On that shortstop side of the bag, still the range to get to that baseball, hit well, right there, get second out.
Now Azokar will be lifted for a pinch hitter. It's Tyler Wade.
Former Angel for a bit.
Strike 1, 98 on that fastball from Estevez. Hunter Strickland in line for the win. Tyler Anderson was the one who did the bulk of the work tonight. Ground ball to first. Nolan Shotwell has it. Saying goodnight to the Padres. It's a close game that goes the Angels' way. Kamehameha from Carlos Estevez, who works a 1-2-3 ninth. Joe Adell scores the winning run, and the Angels top the Padres 2-1.
Just a well-played game. The defense throughout the game was outstanding. Zach Neto, a couple relays to the plate, a couple outfield assists by Taylor Ward. Outstanding pitching led by Tyler Anderson. Hunter Strickland just continues to dominate out of the bullpen, and Esty picking up the save. This is a well-played game. The fundamentals in this game, probably, Wayne, I think the best this season all around by the Halos today.
I would agree. In game number 60, the Angels pull off one of their better played games all year. And Gooby, we run through the defense as Taylor Ward started a couple of nice relays.
Couple textbook plays there. Get it into your shortstop as quick as possible. And it's quick on the transfer. Perfect though. The plate, nice tag by Logan O'Hoppe. This is all around play. Even Neto made a great play in that outfield grass at shortstop too. So defense was there. Pitching was outstanding, and a fun win here against San Diego.
And a fundamental manufacturing of the go-ahead run in the 8th. Joe Adell is our Toyota player of the game. He doubled to lead off the 8th. He was knocked around and then knocked in to give the Angels the lead, and he's standing by with Erica Weston.
Joe, what a ball game for you guys tonight, but you get the party started in the 8th inning with the leadoff double going the other way. What was your approach?
Yeah, first couple swings, I pulled off a little bit, and then as the at-bat went on, I got back where I'm good, middle of the way, and went to the right side of the field and was able to get on second and get in scoring position.
It was such a well-played ball game by the whole team. Great pitching, even better defense, timely hitting, fundamental baseball. Is this the best game that you guys put together in a while?
It is. It's really cool for us to come in that late inning situation and situationally get something done. That's something we've been grinding on, and you know, Guillorme coming in big there at the end of the game was huge. 2 sac flies, and we won the game.
You did, and it was another close ball game, another one-run game for this one tonight. But how good does it feel to have one of these go your way?
It's awesome. You know, it's awesome to you know, get something to drop first of all, and then be able to do it in a situation like this. So winning at home is always the best. So can't ask for anything more.
Nice job, Joe. Thanks for the time.
All right, thanks, Erica.
All right, guys.
Angels win 2-1. The halo will shine brightly tonight after a well-played game and a 1-run win at the Big A. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Angels on the right side of a 1-run game tonight. They beat the San Diego Padres 2-1 to open up this 3-game series. We'll be back for game 2 tomorrow night. Nissan Angels Live will begin at 6 o'clock as the Angels will have Patrick Sandoval face Adam Mazur, will make his Major League debut tomorrow. Coming up next, Angels Live postgame presented by the OC Healthcare Agency with Ken French and Garrett Anderson. For Mark Ubaza, Erica Weston, and our entire crew, I'm Wayne Randazzo as we say goodnight from Angel Stadium, where the Angels beat the Padres 2-1.
Intentional Talk, where baseball players reveal their biggest secrets.
I'm like really terrified of monkeys.
Are you worried they'll throw poop at you?
That's another worrisome part of it too.
Join the conversation. Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Want to elevate game night? Turn on MLB Big Inning, a revolutionary way to see the biggest moments from every game, live and commercial-free.
There it is! A 40-70 season!
Find MLB Big Inning on the MLB.tv home screen. Then watch baseball's mega stars in the moments that matter most. It's a whole new ball game when the action comes to you. Game over! MLB Big Inning, live every game night on MLB.tv.
Within baseball, we are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
We are part of one team.
As we focus on mental health and wellness. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. So let's be kind to each other and ourselves.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
What a night at the Big A, kicking off a 6-game homestand with a big W as welcome Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator. Angels get it done against a very good Padres team. A Padres team who's got the 3rd best road record in all of baseball, but it was Carlos Estevez, the boys, closing out this one in tremendous fashion. As we welcome you inside the Big A, Ken French, Garrett Anderson with you. It's not just winning the 2-1 game here tonight against the Padres, GA. It's the way they won it. Great pitching, great defense, one of the best played games the Angels have had this season.
Yeah, it was a clean game, and it all started with the starting pitching. He kept throwing zeros up, putting pressure on the other team, and finally got around to time, getting the runs that we needed to win the game.
Tyler Anderson coming into this one, 3 straight games allowing just 1 earned run. Now make that 4 straight games with 1 earned run. Again, Tyler Anderson pitching into the 7th inning, 1 mistake to Manny Machado, and we talked about it in the pregame show. Now he's got 12 homers against the Angels in his career.
Yeah, just leaving the ball up out over the plate, but, overall, just a masterful pitching performance today, and this is what you call a comfortable offer. You go home after the game and you're shaking your head like, how'd this guy get me out? He doesn't do anything special, but he does a lot of the little things really well to make hitting tough.
54 pitches through 5 innings, GA. Efficient he was on the mound. But this is a guy, too, just 2 strikeouts on the afternoon, or as the evening, I should say. And we talk about strikeouts being overrated. He certainly was efficient. Strickland coming in that 7th inning, getting the final out. By the way, Hunter Strickland, an inning and a third, he'd pick up the W. Carlos Estevez picking up the save. And Anderson, too, is a guy that makes his defense work. We've talked about that before. You've got to be on your toes if you're going to play behind him.
Yeah, he throws strikes, and it's a defender's dream to have a pitcher that's aggressive. He doesn't waste any time. Can't waste time now with the clock. But nonetheless, he's around the zone, so you know the ball is going to get hit. He's not overpowering, so you figure they're probably going to put the ball in play. And with an aggressive team like San Diego, they did that tonight.
Let's talk about defense. In particular, let's talk about defense coming out of left field, something you know very well tonight. Taylor Ward had 2 assists from that left field position as we take a look at what the Halos were able to do with the glove and keep the Padres 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. This was top of 2nd, and this would be a double, but Kim would try to make it a triple.
I didn't think it was a bad play right there, considering that he did fumble the ball down the line, and he didn't make the 1st or 3rd out. But nonetheless, great relay, and those are outfielders' dreams. Just get it to the infielder and let him make the play. So great job for him getting it to the cutoff man in the right spot.
Yeah, Zach Neto being there, as you mentioned, with the crow hop to get Luis Rengifo, and then Neto at shortstop. Look at this. This isn't even Jeter-esque. He doesn't even take a hop.
It's so hard now that they have to stay on the grass when the ball's hit, so you definitely going to have to look to have some athletic middle infielders. That's the only way he could have made that play.
All right, here's another one from left field. Take me through this one, Chief.
This is my favorite one. I mean, you just get it to the cutoff man, and then you get an assist in the book. So you let him do all the work. You let him make the long play. And fortunately, Neto has really good footwork out there to make that seamless transition.
And you got to love this, too. So Taylor Ward joins a list of left fielders in Angels history with 2 assists in 1 game, one of them being yourself, who did it 4 different times. I know you remember one of those.
Yeah, I do. It was against Kansas City. It was here, and it was Harvey. It was like a duplicate play. He hit the double down the corner. I threw him out in 3 innings later. Same exact play, and it was just frustrating to see him. For him, he was frustrated. For me, it was funny.
And you give credit, though, to Taylor Ward, too. He's worked on his defense, but he's been able to play that same position over and over again because you got to get used to that corner, don't you?
It helps. And there's times I had to shift back and forth between left and right. Left is the hardest one to play with all the different angles, balls that get hit to you. So but staying in one place does help. And you just have to be careful, especially when you go down in that corner.
All right, let's take our first time out here in Angels Live post-game. But you know what? The Angels win, so you win. Yeah, your Angels just won. Free fries. Get free medium fries tomorrow with any $2 purchase. It excludes tax only on the app at participating McDonald's. Enjoy the sweet taste of victory in fries as the Angels have won. Taking our time out, but when we do come back, Joe Adell coming up big with a tie game in the 8th inning. A leadoff double. He would come home as the winning run. Much more on a dramatic W on the other side.
I've given up on trying to get rid of batting average. There's no beating it.
Brian Kenny's always thinking about baseball, and he's fired up for 2024.
These are the standards by which major leaguers are measured.
Watch the show for the thinking fan, MLB Now, on MLB Network.
Morning start with the best morning show in the game, MLB Central.
How we feeling?
I'll take it from here, Lauren. What did you have for breakfast?
T-Row, Lauren, and Roflo tee up baseball's latest buzz with a little style.
Busted.
Plus, T-Row's signature breakdowns.
Ooh. Bang. Get in position.
And great guests from all corners of the game.
We got the sun shining today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Quick draw.
Get an early jump on game day with MLB Central. Weekday mornings, 9 Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
Angels Live is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Taylor Ward, a couple assists from left field. Zach Neto on the end of both of them. One to third, one to home. Angels coming up with some big defensive plays and a tight one tonight at the Big A as they sweep by the Padres in game one of a 3-game series by a final of 2-1. As you welcome you back inside the Big A, Ken French alongside Garrett Anderson. The Angels, 4 runners on base. They didn't have a walk tonight. 2 of those runners that got on would score, GA. I would call that being efficient as we go to the 4th inning to show you how the Angels' first run came across, and it was all about small ball. Luis Rengifo continuing to swing a hot bat would kick things off with a 1-out single.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, there was no hits in the game, and he opened the game up right there. So it was nice to see him to get that start off the inning.
Then he steals second base, as the Angels have been doing. By the way, that's his 13th swipe of the season. And Willie Calhoun, 2 hits on the night, coming big with a knuckleball.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said during the pregame, it's just you treat it like a changeup. You can't really get caught up. He's not a knuckleball pitcher, and he stayed in the middle of the park with it.
And you talk about hitters growing into their swings. You like Joe Adell going middle opposite field.
I do it. Him letting the ball travel and as strong as he is he got beat on that a little bit with an off-speed pitch, and he's still strong enough to get it to the wall.
You said situational hitting. Let's see if they can get it done. What about this at bat by Zach
He did
Neto?
exactly that. He made sure he got the ball on that side of the field in the air deep enough to get a run over.
Pinch hit on a reliever that's got about a half of an ERA, that being Jeremiah Estrada. That's a big sac fly.
Yeah, that was huge. That guy pretty much doesn't let people touch the ball.
That's certainly efficiency at its finest for the Halos. And then Carlos Estevez was warming up, and whether this was a tie game or if the Angels had the lead, you told me no matter what, he was coming in, and he was pumped up and fired up and ready to come into this one looking for his 9th save, and he was able to set down a very potent Padre lineup.
Yeah, he came in, he's throwing strikes, and that's as a closer in that game right there. He had his velocity tonight and the ball up in the zone, and they couldn't really do anything with it.
And here he is right now, and you mentioned velocity. And Carlos Estevez, GA, when he's at his best, he's got that high heat that's very difficult to catch up to.
Yeah, you can't get on top of those pitches, and it has a riding feel to it, and when you see it there and it's gone, as soon as you start swinging, it's gone.
And this is your final out by Nolan Shanawell entering the game. He got the start after missing the last 3 with that sore thumb, but he certainly was in the game. Carlos Estevez fired up, as well as the Angels, as they take game 1 of a 3-game series here and kicking off a 6-game homestand in the right way as they win it by a 2-1. As we take a timeout here on the program, is Tyler Anderson again. He got the no decision. He was a big reason, though, the Angels got the win as they win it 2-1 tonight at the Big A.
Did we just get hustled? There's no way they were.
Game night? Turn on MLB Big Inning, a revolutionary way to see the biggest moments from every game live and commercial free.
There it is, a 40-70 season.
Find MLB Big Inning on the MLB.tv home screen. Then watch baseball's mega stars in the moments that matter most. It's a whole new ball game when the action comes to you.
Game over!
MLB Big Inning, live every game night on MLB.tv.
Intentional Talk, where baseball players reveal their biggest secrets.
I'm like really terrified of monkeys.
Are you worried they'll throw poop at you?
That's another worrisome part of it too.
Join the conversation. Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Angels Live is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Hugs all around for the Halos as they win this one by a final of 2-1. Joe Adell, the big hit in the 8th, comes around to score the game-winning run, and the Halos snap a 5-game losing streak. As you welcome back inside the Big A, Kent French alongside Garrett Anderson. We talked about in the pregame show, Manny Machado, he likes hitting against these Angels. Second highest batting average against the Angels for an active player, and he's had 11 homers entering this one, and right on script, right on cue. First inning, Manny Machado going deep, and when he gets one, he doesn't miss it.
Yeah, I think there's really no rhyme or reason for it. It's just some teams you just hit well against, but he throws a lot of strikes tonight. Anderson threw a lot of strikes. He left the pitch out over the plate. Machado likes the ball up. Typically, you can get him out and balls down low in the zone. So just a solo shot, no damage, nobody was on base.
1-2 fastball hit at 438 feet. Manny Machado, his 6th home run on the season. Well, besides that, it was a great night for the Halos and Tyler Anderson. Let's get some thoughts from Ron Washington talking about a well-played baseball game.
Yeah, been a while. It was certainly a fundamentally sound game. Relays, execution of relays, and making the plays, and we just played solid defense out there today. And a lot of credit go to TA for keeping us there. I mean, he did a tremendous job of changing speeds and keeping those guys off hilter. You know, Manny got him in the first inning, and after that, next at bat he got him out, and next 2 at bats he didn't swing the bat.
You mentioned the relay throws kept the Padres from scoring. Taylor and Zach Neto too. Just your thought about those ones.
Well executed. You couldn't have drew it up any better. Well executed. And on the other end with Neto, I'm glad he decided to use the ground instead of trying to do it all the way, because you can make a good throw and it could be just high enough for the guy to get in there. So he gave Ohapi a chance to catch that ball and do what he had to do. So, no, it was a solid game. Everything we tried to do tonight, the players executed it. So it was definitely a great ball game.
I feel like you probably enjoyed the way that run scored in the 9th better, the 8th better than if somebody would have just hit a homer.
No doubt about it. That was fundamentally sound execution on the offensive side. And we told Guillermo when he went up there, don't give this guy anything. He come around the plate, try to get a swing off. And he did. And it worked.
Did this kind of feel like an old school game to you? And how did that feel? I mean, the pitching matchup, you guys doing upper 80s, knuckleballer, fundamental defense, all that stuff.
Well, that's the type of games you like to see, because then both sides has a chance, but more than anything else, you have a chance. And that's what our pitching did for us today. Can't say enough about the job Strickland came in and did. And then when Esty came in, 10 pitches and got us 3 outs, it was outstanding.
Do you think that Esty, with the run scoring late, had less time to kind of get into his head and think about it a little bit?
No, he already knew. We already told him he was coming in if it would have stayed tied. He already knew, so he was prepared. And then we scored the run. And hopefully he came in and didn't waste any time pounding the strike zone and got us off the field.
Gee, what does the team is going through, the difficulties it is, the growing pains that it is, and we've talked about this too, like, you know, Ron Washington is having film sessions with his team every morning about fundamentals, about going over to things they need to work on. This has got to be very satisfying, a win like tonight.
Well, it is, and all the work that they've been putting in and the execution of plays that don't happen on a daily basis, and it looked like they were very sharp. You know, all the relays tonight, all the throws to bases were all clean. And just to point out what Ron was talking about, the plays that played, he's glad that he bounced it there. That makes it very easy for the catcher to catch the ball, as opposed to trying to get it all the way there and then also worry about the runner as well. So, yeah, very well executed defense tonight.
Yeah, we talked about blueprints too. You come games and all of a sudden you go, you know what, if we play this way, we can beat some of the best teams in baseball. I would imagine this has got to be one of those games.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that you just control what you can control. You can control defense. There are some physical mistakes that happen, but mental mistakes shouldn't happen. And, you know, the starting pitching is what dictates what's going to happen that day. That's your momentum the next day. It's not a great game. It's your starting pitching.
And this was a full team effort. We also have to go back and give Hunter Strickland some credit. He comes in a big situation to close out the 7th. He had a great 8th inning as well.
And those are hard to do when the team's going through a rough patch. You don't expect those kind of things to happen. You expect it to be rough, but he came in, did the job, sold it up really quick.
All right, let's take one more time out here in Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator, coming at you from inside the Big A. When we do come back, we're going to hear from Tyler Anderson, who had another gem here tonight in a 2-1 win over the Padres.
plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Can win their first home series of the season if they can take down the Padres here in the next two. Tomorrow they hand the ball to Patrick Sandoval, and this is a guy, GA, he's been trying to find his game. We know he's got the stuff, and he certainly had his game against the Yankees last time out. 2 runs, 7 Ks in 6 innings. Unfortunately, he would pick up the loss. So good signs for Patrick Sandoval heading into tomorrow's start.
Yeah, it's been definitely consistent. Ball getting across the plate better, throwing more strikes. So the thing that gets him is just more, I think he gets a little, emotional, and he wants to do it. He wants to. You can clearly see that. I don't think it's the opposite, that he's, frustrated and trying to just, lose it. I think he really wants it to happen. So hopefully he just keeps his focus there, and definitely good things will happen because he does have really good stuff.
Well, Tyler Anderson certainly set a good example of what to do against his Padres team to find success. And speaking of Tyler, right now he's standing by with Erica.
TA, pretty efficient outing for you tonight aside from the homer. How'd this one feel?
It's good to get a little bit deeper in the game than last time, and I feel like they've not a lot of swing and miss, but fortunately a lot of times they did swing and they put it in play and they were at our guys. So great defense tonight, and it's huge. Yeah, it was just overall, did it feel like one of the best games that the team put together completely? Yeah, I feel like in general we just played crisp baseball. We had good at-bats. I feel like Waldron was tough against us, and then on defense, it just felt like we were really crisp tonight, which is huge. And then bullpen came in, did a great job and shut it down. What did you think of those relay throws? Awesome, love it. So I love to see it.
Defensive outs like we saw tonight, how big is that to help you along? They're huge. I mean, in both those situations, you have a runner on third where they have you got to get another guy out and try to not let a run score. So that one is a run that turns into an out, and the other one's a runner on third that turns into an out, and you got bases empty, and feel like go right at the next guy instead of having to try to navigate a little bit more. And I feel like as a pitcher, it's always huge if we turn hits into outs. Like a guy got a hit, and then it's an out, turns into an out on the bases because of something else. And so it just feel like for you, it's like, okay, got a hit, but even back out, got an out, and you're in a good spot, and then go with the next guy.
All right, 4 straight starts for Tyler Anderson, allowing just 1 earned run. The most consistent, most effective pitcher for the Halos this season, getting it done this evening against the knuckleballer for the Padres. But it was all about defense, pitching and defense here tonight. 2 assists from Taylor Ward. Zach Neto right in the middle of it. 2-1 is your final. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow starting at 6 o'clock with Angels Live.